being right on the radio.
Oh, yes, they do.
But that's the funny part. It's like enough people.
I would say 100% of the time.
Oh, I would stick with enough people.
Because you block those who disagree.
I am. So isn't that everything that's on Twitter, whenever it's a discussion, is like, or even any discussion? You're just trying to prove that you're right. You're trying to convince someone that you are right and they are wrong.
But do you see how annoying justified anger? Sorry, Sam. Do you not see how annoying justified anger is in somebody else? When a woman's group or a black group goes after somebody, they are dealing with what they consider justified anger. And watching it from the outside, you see how annoying it is, and oh, shut up with your fucking cause. That's how people look at us. Like it's like I don't think, hey, that person is justifiably mad. I'm like, ah, shut up, you douche.
Right.
They see themselves as not douches, but like they have every reason to be angry, and it's justified. They're getting something done the same way I do it. And I watch from the outside. I think they're like assholes.
I mean, you don't have to be mad. Is the thing. Like, you were just like, well, what's a good reason to be mad? You don't have to be mad.
Well, what's a good reason?
You know, you could just be like, look at me. I got a fun job, all kinds of cash, beautiful house.
Believe me, that's why I don't get mad in here, unless we're having a discussion that makes me mad about race.
Specifically about race.
About race.
And guns.
But, okay, what if I'm driving home and I get cut off by somebody and I get mad?
That's what Jess always gets mad on the road. And I always tell her, like,
oh, she must be fucking so attractive when she's pissed like that.
She has a little temper.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
But
I'm like, what are you mad about? Like, especially when it's stuff that she does that other drivers do to her. I'm like, you can't be mad at somebody. You do that all the time.
That?
And she gets very pissed at me when I start rationalizing things like that.
Because the problem is anger doesn't just go away. Getting a quick flash of anger or annoyance is fine, I guess. But then I'll obsess on it, and I'll look at them like... And somebody told me years ago, people don't do things to us, they just do them. Like, someone who's a selfish cunt driver is a selfish cunt driver.
Oh, those bastards.
But
it's like, is it really inconveniencing your life?
Oh,
or do
I
you
take
feel like
it personally.
Why take it personally?
Because I think there's this thing, like, Jess always says she feels like it's not fair. And I'm like, there's no such thing as fair. Like, fair doesn't exist.
Oh, you have to tell her that?
That's why, yeah.
Like, look at your husband.
Would they be married? But, like, it's like I get equally angry if someone's going slow in front of me or tailgating me. My rage is equal at them not doing what I want them to do. Either fuck you, I'm going the right speed, or speed up, you piece of garbage.
Does that anger, like, stay with you?
Yes, it's consuming. Consuming.
Yeah.
See, like, if somebody's tailgating me, I just start slowing down and going, just
Oh,
like kind of
man.
giggling and like,
too.
look at them, they're getting all pissed. And like, you laugh at the guy who's mad because I'm not mad and I'm ruining their day. Like, I would be ruining your day.
Yeah.
And I would just think that was funny, and then you drive away and be mad for the day, and I wouldn't think about it again.
I don't like when someone's slow in front of me. I will pass them, but then I look over to see who's driving, and then I go, that figures. Of course. Of course it is.
I do the same thing too, but then it ends.
No, because I'll get in front of them, and then I'll start driving faster. But for, I don't even know how long, but for a while, I will constantly look in my rearview mirror and go, look, the fuck is still in the left lane. Like, I'm past the problem. I've gotten past them. I'm driving. Everything's fine now. But I have to look in the rearview and see how many more people this guy's fucking over.
Every time Jess goes, like, there's a bad woman driver on the road, and Jess is trying to get somewhere, or they can't park or something, every time Jess goes, it's these goddamn women drivers.
Oh, but women do hate women drivers.
Yeah.
Good women
my
drivers
wife does the exact same
hate
thing.
women drivers.
The exact same thing.
See, it's like when you're, do you know how many girlfriends have had to hear me in the Lincoln Tunnel
Oh, no.
pass a car with a giant gap of traffic in front of him because he's going slow? And do you know how many women have heard me go, that's the reason there's traffic?
Yes.
Because of people like that, or when they're looking down and they don't go when the lights...
Oh, God.
How many times have I said the same fucking thing to different people with pussies next to my passenger seat? They're tired of it.
How much are they slowing you down?
Sometimes a lot, and cumulatively a lot.
Yes, yes.
What difference does it make?
And if I'm, you know what else I do? And now that we're kind of working through this, I realize I do it. I'm at a light waiting to make a left turn that only has a left turn arrow. There are numerous cars in front of me. I'm at that point where I might make it if everyone is astute. Yeah. And I might not if there's a delay in somebody noticing that it's a green arrow and moving. Very precarious place to be. I don't know what's better. When the light turns green, the arrow turns green, and you see a car immediately go, because then it's like, or the payoff of anger I can get by that motherfucker not going. The light turns, I'm like, oh, look, how long before? 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1. Where is the fucking car it's supposed to be turning?
Are you the guy that beeps immediately when the light turns green?
No, but I won't wait over the good amount of time to beep.
Okay.
Like, I'll wait. I'll be like, Or if I see someone futzing in the seat, I will beep immediately.
Futzing.
Not paying attention.
Like, they're not paying attention. The light turns green. Yeah. I will give them maybe 1.
Okay.
And then I beep.
That's fair.
And if it's a cab, I'll beep at a red light. go through it, get broadsided.
But it's a waste of energy. And I mean, I'm saying that to you, but I get it.
Please.
I'm the same. It's fucking hard to not do it. To be paid. Like, Kenny is the worst because he goes the opposite. He never honks.
Oh, my God.
But Kenny will probably live to be 98.
Yeah.
Because that's just bad for your heart to fucking...
it's terrible.
It's a strain on your system.
We should not care, right? Who is that? Who's that?
He's an engineer, I think. No, he's not. He's a producer.
Oh.
Why is he getting you all angry?
Train hat.
No.
Yeah, what did he do wrong?
Engineer.
It's very difficult to not feed into it because it's an addictive drug, and it's like weird patterns. Like when I don't do it, like me and my ex-girlfriend went out for dinner recently, and we were talking. And she started bringing up something that not about me, about who I know she hates and who I happen to like. So it started to annoy me a little bit that she was still harping on this fucking person, but she wasn't fighting with me. She was just kind of trying to remake a point. I could feel myself, and I'm like, don't. What are you doing? Who cares? I'm like, what are you doing?
He's gonna blow.
But I could feel myself starting to go into that pattern.
Yeah.
Of that's what would happen, and then the next thing you know, we're fucking. And we would be screaming at each other.
Oh boy.
And I'd be driving her home, and I would scream so loudly I'd blow my voice out, or I would fuck. I broke the steering wheel on my Cadillac by punching it.
Did you push her out of the car?
I started touching her, and then she got some guy, and I called him fucko.
You want some fucko?
You want some
fucko? What a great thing to say, fucko. Another completely infuriating thing that happens, and this happens in the city all the time, most of the time with cabs. Driving, someone's in front of you, going way too fucking slow. No one in front of them. You're stuck behind them. Light is coming up. It's green. It's green. They're fucking like molasses. You're behind them like motherfucker. Light turns yellow, and they take off like, oh, I got to make the light, and you're stuck at the red. It's like, why didn't you drive faster to begin with? That we both would have made this fucking light. Oh. Kills me.
You're right to be annoyed, but why allow that to... Like I said, it's better left to people who can handle it.
You get annoyed a lot of people driving. Do you get annoyed, like, walking in the city? Like, behind slow people, tourists, people that just decide to stop at the foot of the subway?
When people get out of the subway stairs and then they just stop right there.
Decide it's a good idea.
I get mad at the utter and complete selfishness and stupidity of people.
That's the only time I really do get upset.
If I got to stop to like check something on my phone that needs more attention than just walking and checking it, I will go to a building and lean up against the wall and then start doing it. There are people like they're walking 4 abreast and then they just stop
right in the middle
of the sidewalk. You're like, what? Who does this?
For every person that stops to smell the roses, there's an Anthony behind them going, move!
Yes, yes. Shopping cart fucking people that won't fucking move the shopping cart to the side when they walk away to do that. It's fucking right across the aisle. And then what? What? You're selfish asshole. I get mad more at the selfishness than the inconvenience to me.
And then meanwhile, meanwhile, you're fucking getting yourself sick over it.
I hate it, Jimmy. What do I do? What do I do?
I think it's a fragile balance, though.
Zanny?
No.
For me, because, like, I won't get mad in the car. I won't get mad at traffic, blah, blah, blah. But I think I'm right there. Because if anybody's with me, like if Jess is with me or something, and she'll go, oh, I can't believe there's traffic. Immediately, I don't really need to hear that, okay?
Oh, shit.
We're both stuck in traffic.
You yell at her instead of the people out of the car.
Right, like I don't want it brought up.
You're a Lifetime movie waiting to happen.
Because I'm in my zone of like, I'm okay. But the minute somebody's like bringing negativity into my zone, I'm, get out.
Do you know my manager, Jonathan, how I've ruined him driving? Because he was always a pretty patient driver.
So impressionable by you.
Yeah, you seem to have ruined him in a lot of ways.
But it's so funny. He'll fucking, now I see him, he's like, come on, what the fuck, man? Like, he's turning into a maniac behind the fucking road. I'm so happy.
I love it.
I'm going to get him shot in L.A.
You wanted to say something there, E-Rock?
Do you have it where you're at the stoplight and those assholes with the bike cabs, they come around the side and then they pull in front of your car so they can be at the light, but they're on the crosswalk?
Now they're fucking me because now I gotta be behind them when I make the turn.
I pushed a guy off the off 49th the other day.
With your vehicle?
He came around buses and everything, went sideways down the crosswalk, then turned straight to be right in front of the car so he can be at the green light.
Yeah.
I just leaned left and pushed him over and then went straight down 49th.
What do you mean you pushed him over with your hand?
No, with the car.
Oh.
Isn't that...
You hit him with your car?
Hit and run?
That's assault, brother.
Probably. But I just say I nudged him out of the way.
You just went on the radio.
Hit and run, probably.
Then I went out and I raped a woman.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I hope the guy died and all of a sudden you're brought up on murder charges.
Oh, shit.
Leaving the scene of an accident.
Also, I haven't paid my taxes in years. Eric Nagel here for the Opie and Anthony Show.
Yeah.
You hit a guy with your car?
I didn't hit him. I just kind of pushed him in the other direction.
With what?
With the front of my car.
Jesus, C-Rock.
It was a push and run.
You can't hit people with your
I
car.
didn't hit him. I pushed him.
Yeah, it was a push and run.
I was at a stop position.
And then you moved.
Honestly,
And I moved.
I'm going to try on the drive home. I'm honestly going to try to not get angry at anything.
It's really hard.
I'm going to try.
But there are ways to do it.
I know. Not even across 6th. Sometimes that traffic to get across 6th, it drives me batty.
Would you take... I would love to, and I've never done this. I'm curious as to what an anger management class is. Because they do help, from what I've heard. And it's such a fucking... You know, I'm 44, and it's like the older we get, the worse it is. It's such a fucking hard habit to break, but I know it's so bad for you. If it wasn't bad for you, I wouldn't care. Was that...
I'm 25 again. Get it? Yeah, it is very hard. It is a habit, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an addiction. It's
like
such a
response. It's such a natural response for me to like get in those traffic situations, and I'll do the same exact things every day. Look over. I gotta look. I gotta see if that driver's Asian. Oh my God, we're going through Flushing. There's someone driving like a fucking asshole in front of me. I will look over. Bah! Yeah.
One way to not be as angry is to interact with these people more. Like they all become this faceless fucking thing of anger, like this faceless thing blocking.
Yeah.
But like I've said, with the race issue, I've had so many black comics that I've debated this with, and I still get annoyed sometimes.
Yeah.
But I've got enough of these guys that I respect, and I've heard their opinions where it's easier for me to like go, let me try to see both sides of it, because I just have enough friends that have given me there.
Patrice was, yeah.
Patrice,
he would
Keith,
be in here.
All these guys. I'm very honest with them too, and it's, you know, it's easier for me to kind of weigh the options on both sides and not be as driven by my sometimes irrational thoughts.
Patrice is always great because he wouldn't take the normal company line of the opposition to my point of view, which I was waiting for. Like, that's what I was expecting. And normally when that happens, I go, oh, yeah, this again. All right, this argument again, this excuse, this whatever. But he would throw something in there like, oh, man, I don't have anything for that.
Yeah.
I have no comeback.
I'm going to pee. I'll be right back.
You pee.
I have to piss badly.
All right.
And then I have to sit here after 10.
Oh, Jimmy's show, his advice show.
So I can't just leave. That's why I'm peeing now.
You can always take a break.
Take a wee-wee.
Yeah, there will be a commercial break.
When?
You can have one if you
want. I mean,
want.
when you'll end this, you guys will end this show.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll do a commercial break.
Probably in about 10 minutes.
But he's got to go.
Could be even sooner.
Yeah.
Might even be sooner.
There's no reason why you can't take a leak.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I got something you could talk
It's
about.
okay.
Well, what are you going to have to talk about?
Ah, Jesus. Oh, my God. Yeah, take a piss then. Because this is... Hey, it's... holiday season's coming up. The music starts. Cue the music. And this, you want a gift that's going to guarantee that she takes those clothes off every night. Oh, Edgar. If that sounds good to you, then get her a Pajamagram. Pajamagram has the best selection, the softest, the most comfortable block. So I was finally able to squeeze around behind him, and he could think things out. He gets a little deeper than the first few layers. So if you'd say, you know, something bothers you, he could kind of look and say, well, I'm thinking maybe this could be why. So I'm looking forward to the drive home, not yelling at at not yelling racial epithets at minorities.
The new improved Anthony.
The new improved Anthony.
But it's not just minorities. Like, no average person stops next to a car that's also in traffic, rolls down their window, and
right.
and writes "fuck you" on there.
I did write "fuck you" on the back window of an SUV that was blocking the box.
You have no idea what his race was.
They were causing gridlock. So I was finally able to squeeze around behind him. He finally moved enough. But instead of just going and forgetting that that ever happened, I stopped right behind him, rolled my window down, and wrote "fuck you" in the dirt in his window as he was waiting to get through the crosswalk. Yeah, because you know what? Fuck him. And I think he got off easy because I was going to fucking throw something. Yes, Mr. Rock?
No, what's fun to do if you may want to try this.
Hit and run?
Yes.
Yeah.
And if
you could murder someone, kill
hitting,
them.
Hitting people that are just trying to earn a living with your car.
You know what you could do is actually, if somebody's car is blocking yours, steal their car. Grand Theft Auto.
E-Rock, any good car theft stories?
No. But if you get one of those assholes that pull up next to you or in front of you, cut you off, whatever.
Yeah.
You just
Rape
take
their
your
daughter.
phone. You take your phone with the flash on, and you just take a photo.
Yeah.
But you don't do anything with it. But they start freaking out because you took their photo. They keep looking around. They keep trying to catch up to you, trying to find out why they're taking you. Took
What if
their
they
photo.
didn't see you take the photo?
Yeah.
No, they.
Then you hit
that's
them
what
with
the flash is for. You do it right there.
Yeah.
Beat him, probably.
In the back, and they freak out.
I like the idea of speeding up, getting to the first overpass, and dropping a giant rock through their windshield as they drive through. E-Rock comment? E-Rock criminal comment?
Yeah.
No.
E-Rock's fucking dastardly on the road, man.
What you do is you follow them home, and then you tie up their wife and daughter.
You could rape, too.
Yeah.
Just to show him.
Yeah, you actually rape the man
Show him
while
who's-
the wife and daughter are tied up.
E-Rock?
It's just like a goof because of road rage.
Yeah.
No,
After you ram someone off the road, E-Rock, steal their car,
Right.
their keys, and go to their house, because he got his wallet
Yeah.
after you stab him multiple times and leave him in a drainage ditch. Then you drive to the house, because E-Rock just apparently just smashes into people on the road, so he's got no real thought about crime.
The laws don't apply to Eric Nagel.
No. Eric Nagel is above the law.
Yes, he is.
He's like one of those rich kids in Hollywood who's going around robbing people.
yeah.
Like Lindsay Lohan.
He's not used to consequences.
Yes.
He's like Pee-wee's nemesis.
Right. Hi, Pee-wee. Nice bike, Pee-wee.
Eric sees a bike, he just takes it.
Would
Right.
you like
Boys
some
in the
gum?
bathtub.
Spearmint or fruit?
Spearmint or fruit?
Fruit, please.
That is E-Rock.
Yeah.
The fucking little rich kid.
He's taking a bath in a pool with toy boats and
Toy
everything.
boats.
My dad said I can have anything I want. And I want to run you over with a car.
Yeah, look out. Don't turn in front of E-Rock.
No.
I can ram right into you.
You've never thrown your drink at a car?
Yeah, I've thrown water bottles.
Water. We know what not a drink. No.
Yeah. I've thrown, there were a few times after a weekend of golf where I had a couple of golf balls in the cup holders in the front, and I've whaled golf balls at cabs. Whaled them at cabs. And then they just start bouncing down an avenue.
That's just gonna hurt somebody.
I know, I don't do that anymore. And then a handful of pennies,
Yeah.
too.
You told a story back
Yeah.
in AEW where somebody's window was open. You got so pissed you just hucked pennies at them.
Yeah, took a big handful of pennies and just fucking whaled it. Oi!
Into the car?
Yes.
I knew a guy who used to fucking have marbles, and he would just let them fucking eke out of his fucking. He would have a bunch of it. He would just let them, or like those little ball bearings.
Oh, man.
Let them drop slowly out of his fucking his driver's side window, and they would fucking just bounce.
Once they hit the road, yeah, that thing will start bouncing.
Yeah.
Like crazy. Oh, man. Jimmy, why don't you tell everybody where you're going to be?
I'll be right here
All right.
for the next hour.
Oh, yes, the big show.
I missed my phoner today. I put the Borgata tickets go on sale Friday.
Did you miss my boner?
Good one.
Good one.
No, I don't. I don't. All I have to do is, if I want to see it, all I got to do is pop up one of those sites. Myself, Artie, David Tell, and Amy Schumer will be there Sunday, February 17th, at the Borgata. It's President's Day the next day. That is going to be a very fucking...
Oh, Jesus.
Wait a minute. What is that?
Holy shit. Fucking the front page of Drudge right now.
Nigger, 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 nigger. That's Quentin Tarantino?
Yeah.
Is he getting shit for his movie?
Yes.
Django Unchained premiere. What's going on here? Tarantino uses nigger hundreds of times, or at least it felt like it.
Who cares?
Let's see.
Who gives a fuck?
It's in the script in a movie.
It's in the Hollywood Reporter's film review.
Of course.
Wow. Very angry. I wonder if Judge is going to catch shit for that front page today.
They don't care.
No?
No, but why do they care what Tarantino says in this movie? It's a movie. Don't go see it.
You don't think someone's going to say that was using the word to sensationalize and get attention like
Maybe.
that?
They might.
I think they will.
I wouldn't say that.
Did you see that tennis player that was trying to imitate
Yes.
Serena Williams? And she stuffed like towels or something in her bra to make her tits look big. And then she shoved them in her panties to make her ass look big. And then she walked out like kind of strutting and stuff. And everyone was laughing. And then these people are saying it's racist.
Of course.
How is it racist?
It's not.
I read some of the comments under the video, and it was some black women saying she is mocking the form of black women.
No, she's
and that's
mocking
why
Serena.
it's racist.
No matter what color Serena Williams is, she has a fat ass.
Right.
She's making fun
And
of
by
a
the way,
tennis player. It's not racist.
She's smoking hot, this tennis player.
It's very funny.
Holy fuckaroni. Look, everyone's laughing. It's funny. She put a big booty on herself. And how come black chicks are constantly, like, goofing on white chicks, no ass,
Of course.
skinny ass?
Of course.
So you getting angry?
Like, oh, God.
Why are you
really?
angry?
You know what?
There
was no reason to bring up.
Yeah, we were wrapping up the show.
Black chicks are talking about white chicks with skinny asses. We just said this is not racial. God. So why bring up something racial?
How about this? Just be satisfied in knowing that you are correct. There is a hypocrisy, but you see it. So be grateful you're smart enough to see it.
Or you know how excited I got when I saw the front page of Drudge and saw all the nigger words all over the front of that?
Sure.
I was freaking out like, oh, there's going to be controversy.
They're here.
I hope someone gets mad at it.
So that way you can tell them they're wrong?
Yes. I'm hoping that some black person gets very angry and writes something and there's a big controversy so I could jump in it.
So
But
silly.
You could also just say, listen, it's in the script, they all approved it, and historically it's in context.
Right.
Without saying, and by the way, you guys are racist towards white people. Because then it makes it sound like you're guilty and you're saying, well, you're bad too.
Boy.
If it's not racial, it's not racial. Or if it's not racist, it's not racist.
It's going to be very hard to try to curb this because I wasn't even able to stop right there.
No.
I was on a roller coaster right there. I was ready to...
We had to stop you.
Oh, that's Jimmy's calming music,
But it's
not
supposed
mine.
to work for everybody.
Yeah.
People on Twitter think E-Rock is lying about hitting the guy with a car.
Are they?
You think he just wanted to be part of the
Are
conversation?
you bullshitting?
I'm getting tweets that say E-Rock
that
was
she
just
is.
trying to be cool.
On the
Nobody
news.
admits to a
Oh,
crime on the
man.
air.
It's just so
That's
silly.
great.
Well, I killed a man.
Once I killed a man,
I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die.
Yes, he doesn't like that song. He thought it was
E-Rock.
Diet.
E-Rock, what did you do? I'm a gangster. All right. Jimmy, where can we see Jimmy Norton?
I'll be here for the next hour
Oh, okay.
doing this.
All right. I'll be listening on my very calm, cool, and collected drive home.
Anthony Cumia show, right there. You're lucky enough to get in? Oh, don't worry. Everyone will make it in eventually. Hi. Happy Easter special here that we're running. The free broadcast today. Hope you enjoy it. Of course, the pressing issue on everyone's mind. What ship am I using on EVE Online? Well, I'm using the Navy Raven. What? No, that wasn't okay. Phones are opened for this entire show. Of course, a lot of people with a lot of questions about what's going on with Opie and Anthony. The Opie and Anthony show, juggernauts of broadcasting for just about 20 years. That ended last July. I then put this together with the assistance of some very smart, talented, creative, motivated people. And now we're doing this. Opie is doing a show with Jim Norton over at SiriusXM Satellite Radio. There have been little jabs taken back and forth since July. A lot of speculation,
up and gone.
a lot of finger pointing, blame, innuendo, rumor, whatever you want to call it. I call it horse shit in some senses of the word.
Our army be scrapped.
I don't like when things are said about me that are not
under attack.
true. God, where to start? I guess over this weekend we heard this other thing that was going to be going on with Opie and Anthony. The split show. Opie had brought up that that he saw this Opie and Anthony thing coming to an end. He saw the end was near, and had some ideas as to how to keep the brand alive and keep this thing going in some capacity with everybody involved. And one of the ideas was splitting the show. I gotta tell you, in all honesty, I've never heard of this. This was never discussed. It makes no sense. Is Jimmy supposed to be there for 15 hours a day, perhaps, to do a morning show and then an afternoon show? I don't know. I don't know. But that was never brought up to me, as were a lot of things were not brought up to me.
The minerals have up and gone.
I heard from Opie many times since I've been fired, on his show, on posts, Facebook or Twitter or what have you, that the end was near. It was obvious the end was near. We hadn't spoken off the air for 10 years. I heard that one too. And I won't argue the point that, boy, we really weren't talking very much. But that doesn't in any way take away from what was going out on the air. The show was working. It was still good. It wasn't the end of the fucking... I've worked with people that I didn't have discussions with over the years and did very well. You don't necessarily need a let's hang out on the phone and chit-chat relationship when you work with somebody. The show was working. We came in. We talked about, a few of the issues of the day, and then we'd throw the mics on, and what happened, and people seem to have liked it over the years. Just because we weren't palling around doesn't mean that the show didn't work or that anyone was ready to move on. And he has said since I got fired that he knows that I wanted to move on. This is absolutely untrue. I wasn't going anywhere. I was the guy that would have signed a 5-year deal. It's an easy job. You go in, you make some jokes, you talk about shit with your friends, and you go home after a ridiculously short amount of time. And then you make a ridiculous amount of money. That's the job. How could anyone find something bad in that? If the phones break for a day, who gives a shit? It's still the greatest job you're ever going to have, even with broken phones.
Our army
I just never understood the cloud of doom that was in the studio a lot. I gotta say, everyone else on staff was really kind of pleasant, understanding that this is a dream job. And sometimes there were certain situations that were not pleasant to be around. I got to be honest. And Opie is the kind of guy that his mood will dictate the room. It will put a mood over the room. If E-Rock was in a bad mood, who gave a shit? We'd call him out on. Jimmy's in a bad mood. It would rile things for a second, but then Jimmy would make a joke about it or something. It always seemed if Opie had a problem, it would permeate the studio and
depleted.
permeate the mood in the studio and make it rather difficult to transition back into having fun and having a good time and doing radio, doing the radio that we wanted to do. So when I hear things like I was ready to move on, and he could tell that the end was near, and our army not a hint. I was never ready to move on. And every contract negotiation, I wrote about this on Twitter. Every contract negotiation reached a point where everyone was waiting to see what Opie would do. And look, I'm not going to sit here and go, hey, you know, everyone's contract negotiation tactic should be this, that, or the other thing. If that's what he felt was a good negotiating tactic, fine. But maybe an explanation to everyone else, like the staff and his coworkers and things like that, might have been nice.
Upgrade complete.
Because we sat there in the dark. And after hearing throughout the entire tenure of a contract how he's not signing unless big things change, fuck this place, I'll do something else, I'll move on, I don't need this shit anymore, like all that, it tends to get in your head when the guy that you're working with has that mindset that he's leaving. Fuck this, fuck that, fuck that. So we were under the impression, and I mean the whole staff, that at some point he was bailing. He was bailing out. And when I got fired in July, I absolutely assumed that that was it for the O&A or O&J or O show, whatever. I thought he was done with that, might, as he said in the past, move on to something else.
Your friends.
Just fine. But it didn't happen that way. And I really don't want to sound like the old sour grapes, because that isn't what this is about. It's about misconceptions about me on the show. I don't like when I read stuff that isn't true at all. I never wanted to leave the show. I was having a great time. This wasn't a purposeful thing. You know, I would have stuck it out there. Like I said, dream job.
Exhausted.
Doesn't want that. The other thing is management.
The minerals have
over
up and
there.
Gone.
Management and the on-air combat. They're just bumping heads constantly. I don't have a clue what was said to management by anyone on air. Opie or Jimmy, but I will always give Jimmy the benefit of the doubt because he doesn't have the juice over there that Opie has. He didn't have the juice that I had over there, and I got fired. So, you know, I understand Jimmy tiptoeing around, and he can't take the lead on saying where the show will or won't go with or without me on it. So I just don't know if anything was said down the hall that would have made an impact to get me back. Because I truly believe that Opie did want to move on. and that was a good opportunity. So I don't know. I've heard many times when people say, hey, what the fuck, what'd you do? Did you go in there? Did you say something? He goes, look, you guys don't know, but I fought behind the scenes. And then people go, well, what'd you do? How'd you do it? I don't know. I don't know.
The minerals have.
And the onus is always on me to make a phone call, I guess. I don't know why I'm the one that always has to make the phone call. I've read so many tweets over this weekend since this whole thing started. Hey, Anthony, you know, why don't one of you guys just pick up the phone and sort it out? This isn't a pick up the phone and sort it out thing. This isn't something that just popped up over the weekend. This is years in the making. And I don't understand. For how much I haven't picked up the phone, he hasn't either. And I think there are a lot more opportunities where the guy that still has the gig should call the guy that got fired. You know? I mean, I've sent the ghoul, Bob Eatman, a liaison over there to SiriusXM. to see what the deal was, what was going on. And believe me, I'm persona non grata.
Hey,
not welcome. You see this? It means not welcome. I'll cut off your Shylock nose. I'm not welcome. It's not up to me. The ball was never in my court, as it were. So, I don't know what happened, but I have said, and I have tweeted this. I know for fuck well that goddamn management machine that's in place over there knows shit about what's good or bad or indifferent on their airwaves. They know widgets. They know to hire a celebrity du jour and give him a fucking channel for a year or so. That gets nobody listening. What they don't know is what's good on the air. And the Opie and Anthony show was good on the air. Very good. So I know that if the situation had been reversed, I'd have fought tooth and nail with the fuckers that were constantly undermining the program. I wouldn't have done any less than threaten to have left. Would I have? I don't know. But I at least would have played that card. I at least would have made it loud and public. Like the English Top Gear guys did. Got a lot of press for it. A lot of things. Just would have been a good move. Would have looked good. It would have saved Opie, I think, a lot of grief that he's been getting from fans over these past few months. It would have at least looked good. And it might have actually done something. But I honestly, looking at the byproduct of what happened, and looking at what he says on the air and tweets and everything else, I don't think that ever happened. I don't think the gauntlet was ever laid down. I don't think a very strong argument was made to keep me on the show. And if that's what he wanted, fine. But don't bullshit and say that, you know, that was the big fucking push I made. Because I frankly don't see it. And to say management is very happy with the direction of the show now is ludicrous. If Opie doesn't believe that people have listened to the show over the years and heard everyone on air rail about how much the management knows nothing about radio, knows nothing about what makes good radio. Over the years, this has been a fucking battle cry of the Opie and Anthony show. To then say management is happy with the show tells me one thing. If it's true, that the show fucking sucks. Who wants that management team to like the show? Christ almighty. God, please. They like Jenny Hutt. Kidding, Jenny. I like Jenny. She's very cute. But it's all of these hypocrisies and these confusing little signals that are being put out there. I honestly want nothing more than to just let people know what the fuck the deal is. And, you know, they could deal with it themselves. I don't want to get on the phone with Opie and have some kind of a 1950s Doris Day fucking split screen conversation from our bed with our slippered foot up in the air back and forth as we discuss things. Ain't gonna happen. I don't want to sit and have a beer with him and discuss something. What? Why? And it's not a radio bit to put it on the air. It's just an honest airing. I think we owe it to the people that made us successful to not go behind some closed door because we have a fear of what? Airing our dirty laundry? We've done it for years. We've aired the fucking dirty laundry of other people, ourselves, everything. So, you know, what are you afraid of, Senator? What is that? Ace Rothstein. I'm here. What are you afraid of, Senator? Come on my show. What the hell is he doing? He's juggling? Let me juggle. Oh, Christ almighty. It just, I guess the... Steven Singer Jewelers. That's IHateStevenSinger.com. Thank you, Steven. Do it out.
No, don't stop it. Why do you do this? Why you can't anymore? This is horrible to see.
You're right, Bob. You are right. I feel bad for the guy, but he talks about how everyone is obsessed with him. You know Opie, right?
I met him.
You fucked him.
Met him. He seems like a nice enough guy. He's just a little troubled. But he put out a video because people have been saying that he's not that funny, and he hasn't been that funny, and that whatever.
Yeah.
So what do you do when you know you're funny, and people say you're not funny?
You don't say anything.
Put an example out of how funny you are, and then say, "See,
Yeah.
I'm funny." 'Cause that always works.
He did this?
As a parody, it's funny.
Yeah.
But if you're not, it's not a parody. Opie, he does a podcast there on Westwood One now.
They gave him a deal?
They gave him something. I don't know what they gave him. I guess they decided to let him broadcast his podcast on their digital platform. I can't imagine they're paying him anything. I don't know what they would gain by it. Like, it's not... He doesn't have any sponsors on his channel. There's no commercials, so you're not making money that way. How is Opie making money for Westwood One? They don't just do it on a whim, saying, "Oh, he's a nice enough fella."
Well, he said they did want to give him a pretty lucrative deal.
Yeah.
I mean, they hunted him down and...
Hunted him down. They were going to give him a giant studio, but he said, "No, I'd rather just do it from a bar or the street."
I've never even met this man.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Everyone that's been on Westwood One, Podcast One, as far as their podcast platform.
Yeah.
I mean, when we first started this whole thing 4 years ago, you know, they came to us and the Ghoul was like, absolutely not, and this and that. And then talking to people that were on there, nobody makes any money.
No one makes money.
No.
That's like what it's known for. I think, and I'm not sure, but I would believe this is what they do. You go on there. If you can get someone to advertise,
right,
you probably keep a percentage of it in a split with Westwood One. And they probably have a sales team, because I know somebody over there that knows one of the salespeople. So if a show's doing good, they use their sales team and stuff. But then if you could sell your own spots, you could do that. And then you divvy it up with them. So is he on a commission deal with spots? Or is he out at night knocking on doors?
Of course, yeah.
Do I have a show for you? You could sell your ladles on my, just walking around trying to get...
I mean, he's in restaurants and hotels.
That is true. He is broadcasting.
They would sponsor.
I think the fucking restaurant you're in would sponsor it and say, all right, I'll throw you a few bucks.
Yeah, you'd assume.
Yeah, maybe they give him free beer.
They could.
Beers and the food. Maybe that's it. But that's hard to split with Westwood. All right, I brought you 5 beers.
3 ribs.
A steak.
Want 1 rib?
How much for a rib?
I just want 1 rib.
And then I don't know how you claim that.
West Rib 1.
Yeah. So I don't know what that's all about, but I've heard parts of a couple of his shows. Opie's last podcast, all of a sudden I start getting shit on Twitter. It's like, oh man, you better talk about Opie's podcast on the show. And I'm like, well, what did he do? Talk about, what craft beer to drink with a tenderloin? Because he's got Carl Ruiz, the chef, on. And most of the shows are about food now.
Base is under attack.
Like a comic will be talking, You get like, what's his name? Vic.
Let's take a call. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, boy. I just had a flashback. Just like I was in the Nam again.
I just had to completely jump in the middle there.
That was it, though.
See what happened.
So Vic Henley will be like, I was on the road. Last week I was in a city. And then you'll just hear Ope go, this chicken's fantastic. And Vic's like, oh, yeah. And then Opie's like, Carl, what is it? Well, it's marinated chicken, Opie, with the... honestly, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about what they're eating?
Who goes crazy about chicken?
I don't know. It's pretty much the most common thing that people eat.
It really is, and I like chicken. I like fried chicken because I'm,
delicious, right?
Right, it's amazing. But
if I had some and I was eating it right now and you were telling a story, I would never just go, ah!
Right.
It's chicken, Dave.
It's just fucking chicken.
It's just chicken. So Opie did this podcast, the last one, and someone said I have to, listen to it, a few people. And I did, and it was Opie actually trying to open up. Now, his shows have consistently been about nothing, and I don't mean in that nice, fun Seinfeld way.
Right.
I mean nothing. Like, you tune in, and there's no preparation. It's just, hey, we're in a bar, and Carl's here, and Vic's here. Dude, look at this. Check that out. Whoa, we'll get a beer. Hey, the waitress. Whoa, this is crazy. No, it's not really crazy. It's just nothing.
It's you in a restaurant.
It's you in a restaurant. You really got to punch it up a little. Would people listen to, like, Brad Pitt and George Clooney sitting in a restaurant? Maybe. They might.
They might.
But that's might.
Might.
And that's them.
Yeah.
We were just talking with many distractions about Opie. Greg Opie Hughes, my former on-air partner that now does a podcast on Westwood
They're attacking
One.
our base.
And he's got Carl Ruiz, the chef.
Upgrade
He's on there a lot. Thank
complete.
God for him as far as Opie's concerned, because he totally carries the show.
Finished
They might
learning.
as well just call him Ant the Jimmy. Just call him Ant the Jimmy. He carries the fucking... So he's doing that, and then Vic Henley shows up every so often. Sherrod shows up. I just did Sherrod's show, Race Wars, the other night. Fucking great time. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Sherrod's a good guy.
It's a good show.
And then, so he did the
Our
show,
allies'
the
base
latest
is under
show,
attack.
and he opens up
Hey,
and addresses
help your
some
friends.
of the criticism that people have had of him over the years, and of late, and me, and Jimmy, and Roland, who was the booker on the show.
Friendo's base is under attack.
Got him fired. Here's how Roland got Opie fired, and he says this on the show. He's like,
Base is under
Roland,
attack.
who got me
Our
fired.
allies are being attacked.
As he's
Our
discussing how
allies' base
therapy
is
has
under
helped
attack.
him
Your friends.
actually accept that he has
Friendo's
done some
base
bad
is
things and
under
made him a
attack.
better person. He comes out with, Roland got him fired. Here's how he got fired. Roland got him fired. Roland went to the boss.
Our allies
and said,
are being
I don't
attacked.
really enjoy this man, Greg Opie Hughes, videotaping me in the bathroom while I take a
Our
shit.
allies' base
Help
is
your
under
friends.
attack.
So he got him fired. I get
Hey,
it.
I was
they're
jokingly
attacking our
going to say,
base.
what is it, a Me Too story? But it is.
It is.
Friendo's base
really is a
Our
Me
allies
Too.
are being attacked.
Hope he had a panic button installed on his desk, and I would
Yeah,
go
yeah.
in and he'd make me
Like,
shit.
our
allies' base
Usually
is
say
under
Chuck
attack.
Berry, and that's followed by Me Too.
Me too, Chuck. But yes, very
Hey,
fecal.
help your friends.
He
I loved
just
his shit.
he did like a
Friendo's
good
base
dump.
is under
Yes, he
attack.
did. That was his best part of his restaurants, was he could get women to shit in the bathroom so he could get Chuck Berry
That was
jerk
it.
material.
And-
It's your cousin Marvin. Cameras in the bathroom.
You know those fetish videos you looking for?
I think
Our
I found
allies
it.
are being
I'm
attacked.
gonna take these tiny cams and make a Duke video.
Well, listen to this.
Think I got that porno you were looking for.
Friendo's base
So
is under attack.
he insists, that Roland
help
got
your
him fired.
friends.
But then he opens up. He said that myself and Jim Norton,
Our allies are being
awful
attacked.
to work
Base is
with.
under attack.
we were awful to work with.
Is it because you were the entertaining section of the show?
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe the
they're attacking our
recording
base.
cut out. It was awfully funny to work with.
Yeah.
But it just came out as awful to work with.
Awfully hard to keep up
Base
with.
is under
Right,
attack.
things like
Base is
that,
under
it could
attack.
be.
Hey,
Well, when you're
help
the
your
fifth guy on the
friends.
Lakers and Kobe's not throwing you the ball, this guy, we're gonna pass.
And that guy's doing pretty well, but imagine the water boy.
Oh yeah, he's really feeling it. So he said awful to work with, and
they're
I
attacking our
retorted
base.
on Twitter earlier. That's like,
Our
that's
allies are
strange.
being upgrade is done.
Which I really didn't think it was strange. I was being sarcastic.
Right.
That's strange because me, Jimmy, not only are we both still good friends,
Base is under
but we are
attack.
still
Army be
really good
scrapped.
friends, and we work constantly with people that were on the show, guests. I'm friendly with every person that still works behind the scenes. We go to each other's parties. They come here, appear on the show. And comedians, all the comics from the show. I still go to events and some of their shows and have a great time. Other shows on the network, the people from Ron and Fez and.
Well, a lot of people followed Hitler. That doesn't mean that he was right.
You know what? you bring up a good point as the devil's advocate. Yeah!
True.
Devil's advocate. So Greg Obius, he talked about that, and then he talked about me and Jimmy. We still have relationships with all of these people. Opie, on the other hand, not one person from our old show can stand the guy. So, we're the ones that are awful to work with.
They're attacking our base.
I know, especially in this business, working with other people isn't always the easiest thing. You might butt heads every so often or have a difference of opinion or whatever it is. But, it's not this just asshole moves that he used to do. Snapping at interns, one of my favorites ever.
Our allies are being attacked.
Intern's like, what? Out of your fucking mind?
Yeah, you can't do that to a fucking waiter. When people do that to a waiter, I'm like, I'll break your fingers.
I get embarrassed. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're like, what are you doing? Like, he would do that. He felt he was at such a level.
Yeah.
That he could just treat everyone beneath him like shit. And when all the comics were in,
Wait to be there.
Help your friends.
Yeah. It's a great place. But when all the comics were
Friendo's
in,
base
and
is under attack.
Patrice and Boss and Colin and fucking Bobby, it was just constant back and forth, like shitting on people, trying to get the upper hand, get the shit off of you onto someone else. And Opie had nothing, could never fucking hang in that situation. So the only thing he had was the ability to fuck over somebody. Like, I'm gonna make Rich Voss wait in the hallway so he could watch us doing nothing in particular for a half hour.
Right.
Like, just to be like, well, I can't go with him when he's in here, so I'll just let him sit out there.
This will be my power trip.
I power over, and he did that with everybody he ever worked with.
Oh, that's why nobody wants to go.
No one wants to fucking hang out with him.
Well, and the way you treat people beneath you is actually a huge sign of character.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like to do that to people in front of you, that's fucked up, man.
His
I didn't know
ex-girlfriend,
he was like that.
his ex-girlfriend Sandy, has a brother Rick that I still hang out with and have a working relationship
Like
with.
a restaurant. That
No,
guy?
Rick. No, not that guy.
Okay.
A different guy. But he's fucking great. He can't stand him. We're friends. It's just he has an inability to take
Our
any
allies'
responsibility
base is under
for
attack.
anything he's done. So, he'll try to say he's been in therapy for 10 years. He just said this on his show. I'm not speaking.
Base is
I'm
under
not telling
attack.
tales out of school here. He said that he's been in
help
therapy
your
for 10
friends.
years because of the problems his mom had. His mom is batshit.
Our
Just
allies
fucking
are being
batshit
attacked.
nuts. And he was so scared of becoming his mom that he became his mom. It's the weirdest fucking thing. So he started exhibiting these weird psychoses like his mother. So he figures he'd go to a therapist. What
Friendo's
therapist does
base
he
is
go to?
under attack.
His
Help your
mom's
friends. They're
therapist.
attacking our base.
You don't go to your mother's fucking therapist. That's a...
So besides his screaming Oedipus complex, what else? Did
No shit.
What else did they find wrong?
they're attacking our
was
base.
his mom bipolar?
Yeah, she was everything.
Depressed,
bipolar.
Grew up with all that.
Oh,
But yeah, that's.
all of it.
Does what about the dick? He still got it? Did he go full mom or?
Yeah. I think he tucks.
I didn't know what the question was at first. Is he still liking some dick on occasion? Does the dick
But he opened up try to make it sound like he's well. So he's talking.
But he's well.
I'm well. He's talking to Carl on this latest podcast.
Oh, man.
And again, I'm noticing what he does. Now, I have been doing a program for quite a while, whether it was with Opie, with the 8 months I spent with Artie Lang. Our 8 months.
Was it a full 8 months?
It was a full. Well, yeah, just add in the time he was here.
Yeah.
Like a month and a half.
Right. Yeah. A lot of injury reserve time.
The wonderful Dave Landau. These are what you do is you have a conversation.
Yeah.
That's what you do. Like, oh, I have something in common with that, or I agree, or I disagree with that, and you have a little whatever it is until 2 hours is up, and then you fucking hop on the train, go home, and play video games.
Right.
That's what I do. Well, whenever I listen to Carl and Opie, they're talking at each other, not to each other.
Yeah.
And like this latest example is picture perfect because Opie's finally actually saying something interesting. He's actually talking about himself openly, as open as he can be. And it's interesting. And then Carl jumps in with something like he wasn't even listening to Opie. And,
Really?
and then he'll say something, and then Opie will go, well, where was I? And then go back to what he...
Yeah.
There's no continuity between the two of them having a genuine conversation.
I think you have to be in some level of entertainment to do this, though. Like, you were into music before you ended up going into radio.
Yes.
Like, all that. You have to be in. I was in stand-up, you know? Like,
Yes.
it's just kind of like this guy's. He's a fry cook. I mean, he's a chef.
Now imagine you
This doesn't
just
make any
imagine
sense.
that
You
you
just say
just
some level of narcissism. I was like, oh yeah.
Oh no, you do have to have some level of narcissism to do, like, to think people want to listen to you.
Yeah.
But a fucking fry cook? Like, if I'm putting together a show.
I cook. I'm a sous chef.
Yeah, that's whatever he is. I don't know what the fuck he does.
Imagine
I
you
don't want to
just say
downplay
this.
him. I'm sure he's an
You just
excellent chef.
You just said what you said, and then I come in right after that and go, so I got my brakes changed today.
Good luck and
But
have
my
fun.
mom lives in my head still.
The shoes on the old drum brakes. I just got to get a car with disc.
My mom only had two moods, love and hate.
And then the guy wants to charge me like $350 per wheel.
My dad never talked to her or me because of her screaming. I barely knew him either.
And it's like, cut. You guys are fucking working off the wrong scripts.
Yeah. That's what it's like. That's what it's like.
Yeah.
You have Platoon. He's got fucking Hotel for Pets.
Right now.
Yeah, it was just... So I'm listening to him like...
Platoon.
And I understand, like, it's just what you just said. Carl is a chef. He's been on food TV, on the Food Network and stuff, and he's good. He's an entertaining guy. But you have to have a rapport with somebody in some way, shape, or form, or be so good in what you've done in the past at that point, like music or stand-up or anything, to know that it's a give and take kind of a thing.
Right.
He's just looking to put a joke in somewhere, which is fine if you're not talking about, your mom. Like, I don't know. It just could have been a better conversation.
But your only experience shouldn't be like the interviewee. You know what I mean? Like, there
Yeah.
should be more that you've done than just answer questions like, well, this is a salmon in pecan sauce. You know, it doesn't really train you.
So how is this prepared? Well,
Yeah, everything refers back to a recipe. You have no life experience to fucking kick it on,
so Opie, you're saying your mom and you were like water and vinegar, which, if mixed together properly with some oil, will make an emulsion that will stick to some vegetation.
That's right.
It's like avocados all over a brownie.
Right,
You
yeah.
just didn't want her?
What were we talking about?
I don't understand.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So he just goes off on that. It was pretty interesting, like I said, but conversationally, it was all busted up. So I kind of went through the thing just listening to Opie's talking about his therapist and how, me, Jimmy, and everybody, he was like, I got everyone their job, and I saved their jobs, and I did. He talks about Roland. He goes, Roland was brought in, I got him the job, and they weren't going to hire him because he had lied on his resume when he gave it to Sirius XM. But I said, no, it's not that big a deal. You give him the job. Opie has a story about how he saved or got everyone's fucking job in the place. And you would think there'd be
Base
some
is under attack.
Loyalty.
Right.
Right.
Some loyalty.
Right.
So who hasn't lied on a
allies'
resume?
base
Just
is under
for
attack.
fairness.
Right.
Hey, they're attacking our base.
Yeah,
It's
enough
called exaggerating.
enough exaggeration to have plausible deniability. That's the whole point
Our
of a
allies
resume.
are being attacked.
I want to know more about the camera and filming him
Friendo's
shitting
base
because
is
to
under
me
attack.
that's a hilarious road gig, but it only goes once. Like you can only
Base is
bust in on your
under
buddy
attack.
taking a shit and like with the phone one time before it's like after you do it multiple times, it becomes.
Well, here's the thing too. He's shit on, no pun, but he's shit on Roland so many times before that, and they were already on the outs.
Oh yeah.
But Opie never realizes when somebody's pissed at him or really fucking just has had it with him
Yeah.
for years. So when he recorded him in the bathroom, he's thinking it's like, hey, it's my bro. We're just fucking around. And Roland's like, oh, you fucked up
army
this
be
time. I'm going right to management.
Yeah.
And you're fired.
And exactly, that'd be a hilarious thing to do to a friend. It's like, buddy.
I was gonna
And
say
a friend
like,
would go, oh, you dick,
yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I
But if
was
it's
gonna
somebody
say,
you're kind of like icy with,
Yeah, what are you
it's a
doing?
fucking fist fight, man.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say like as comics, we're gonna look at it in a different way. We're gonna be
Help
like,
our
we're gonna
allies'
have no
base is under
standard of
attack.
decency. Honestly, we really don't like. We're both drunk, so we're like whatever. But when you look at it, it's like this is an office.
Yeah.
This is a 9 to 5 job. This
Fucking, it's within the past couple of years, so it's in this new day and age.
Right.
Hashtag fucking don't film me shitting.
Yeah, right.
And it's in a corporate environment like Sirius XM where they're not gonna sit with you and go, well, what was it, a joke?
Right.
They're gonna go, oh, some guy filmed another guy in the toilet? Yeah, get the fuck rid of him.
I don't
Fire him immediately.
Yeah. How does this play out in court?
Yeah, and that's what they think.
I don't say fuck at a corporate show, let alone start
No.
taking, videos.
You don't go into the bathroom with the CEO. Hey, how was you think my gig was funny?
Even going into like my friends' offices or even my wife's, like it's like a museum for me where I'm like, all right, just don't touch shit.
That's a good way to put it.
Fucking, it's very easy to get confused when you're in here. This is literally the Bat Cave.
Exactly.
Like this is not like the rest of the world out there.
This isn't even like. In fact, if somebody walked in on
Our
somebody
allies
filming
are
somebody
being
taking a shit
attacked.
in this building, like I could be filming you going, and then somebody else walks
Finished
in
learning.
from like their job
Yeah.
down the hall working for the fucking
right.
tax
Help your
firm.
friends.
And they'd be like,
What the fuck? You could tape someone shitting. When Gavin was here, you could record someone shitting here. You wouldn't even have to go to the bathroom.
Our allies are being attacked.
It was that fucking nuts. Like, but out there in the real world, in a corporate environment,
Hey,
you are
help your
done.
friends.
They don't want to hear
That's
an
exactly
excuse
what I do.
anymore.
My job is if somebody in the crowd gets too rowdy or unruly, I'm allowed to
Our
hurt them
allies
with
are
my
being
words
attacked.
in a way that is completely unacceptable.
With my
it would be met with violence 80% of the time anywhere else.
Right, yeah.
He met with job loss.
Oh yeah, something.
higher percentage if you're Nick DiPaolo, by the way.
Yeah, apparently.
Punch in the face.
Well, one of the really funny things is Opie, he's lived on the Upper West Side for God knows how long, but then when he's out with Carl, he's always saying how he's never tried any of the food
Your
that
forces
Carl's
are under
talking about,
attack.
or the food that's at the restaurants, and they're in his neighborhood, and he doesn't know where he doesn't know what IPA means, like in the world of beers. Like he's like, what has he been eating and drinking for all these years on the Upper West Side? He doesn't.
Yeah,
doesn't have
let me tell you a little story. When we lived up in Massachusetts, the radio station was WAAF, and it wasn't in Boston. It had to be
they're
30
attacking our
fucking
base.
miles west of Boston. It was in the the middle kind of part of Massachusetts. So I got an apartment in Ashland, which was a 10-minute drive to the studio. Opie insisted on getting a
upgrade
place
complete
in one of the ritziest areas right outside, you know, like Newton,
help your friends.
and just all of those. Do you remember which one it was? It was right near like Newton and all those, the richest fucking areas of Boston. Just crazy. Yeah, pop up a stupid map of that god-fucked city. I'm teasing, of course.
Our allies are being attacked.
Okay, there we go. It's very white. It's snowing.
Our allies' base is under attack.
It's Boston and fucking. Okay, there we go. Find Boston proper, you cocksucker.
The minerals have up and gone.
No, you gotta go further.
Go down on me.
Go out to the water. Go to the coast. There you go. All right, now zoom in a little. Okay, we got Brookline, Cambridge, Somerville, Chelsea, Winter. Okay, you know, he might have lived in Cambridge.
Mineral
I think
field
he lived
depleted.
in Cambridge. Very nice. Very fucking nice.
Yeah,
family lives
very
in
wise.
But Opie just wanted to say, I live in Cambridge. Like, that's all he wanted to say. Is Harvard in Cambridge, right? So,
Yeah, Harvard. My dad was at Harvard Hospital when I was young, so we lived in Cambridge, and I remember it being like fucking nuts.
yeah, it was nuts, but
your
he would be inconvenienced.
Oh, he's just dying at the time.
He'd be
No, he needed one.
having to drive all that way out to the studio, and I'm driving. Like, I didn't give a shit. I'm in a garden apartment surrounded by El Salvadorians and Guatemalans that literally used to put chicken wire on their patios and put chickens in there.
Well, they're gone now.
Yeah.
They've been swept up.
I didn't even give a shit. It was just like
Fucking Holocaust we were
I
talking
got
about.
my gig. This is great. But Opie wanted to say, "Where do you live?" Oh, I'm in Cambridge.
Yeah.
And the house was shit. It was a shitty
For
little.
some weird reason he had to be among
minerals
the
have up and
academics and
gone.
the
That was it. And it's
help your
university
friends.
and it's the same thing he did with the Upper West Side. He said, "Oh, I where do you live?" Oh, I'm on the Upper West Side. He loves saying it.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, you have 2 kids, a wife. You're up
Our
on the
allies are being
30
attacked.
fucking something floor of one of the Trump buildings on the West Side Highway, and you're not going out. You're not constantly going up and down to go visit your neighborhood or
Mineral
get,
field depleted.
something from the store or go to a restaurant.
Honestly.
So his wife goes out and shops.
Your upgrade is
He
done.
cooks. He goes into his apartment, doesn't leave till the next day, and that's it. But he just wanted to be able to say, I live on the Upper West Side.
Can you afford to go out to those places?
It's another thing. Not if you're on a podcast on Westwood One. Anything like that.
Well, wait a minute. You weren't shitting on him for going home, staying
Base
in the
is under
house, and
attack.
then not leaving, were you? I mean, I just want to make sure that that's not the part
Let
that
me tell you something, my friend. Other people come over.
Oh, okay.
I go out my back door, and there's a pool out there.
Okay, that's
good
fine. I
friend.
just wanted to make sure that wasn't the part.
And I have friends come over. I could have just stopped at I have friends.
Hey, help your friends.
No comment here. No comment at all. We only wanted to introduce you to one of our very special
Our
citizens.
allies are being attacked.
And if by some strange
attacking our
chance you should
base.
run across him, you had best think only good thoughts.
Hey,
Anything less
help
than
your
that is
friends.
handled at your own risk.
Your
Because if you
forces
do
are
meet
under
Anthony,
attack.
you can be sure of one thing.
Friendo's
You have
base
entered
is under attack.
Twilight Zone.
Base is under attack. Our allies are being attacked.
Oh, it was wonderful, Anthony. Wasn't it, everyone?
Oh, that was real good.
Wasn't Anthony's television wonderful tonight?
Oh, it's just the best.
Why, Anthony's television is much better than anything
Hey,
we
our
ever
allies'
used to
base
see.
is under
Oh,
attack.
yes, it's fine. Boy, Anthony's television is the best television we've ever seen.
Friendo's base
help
is
your
under
friends.
attack. Our allies are being attacked. Our allies' base is under attack. Friendo's base is under attack. Hey, help your friends. Base is
Our
under
allies'
attack. Base is under.
I'm thinking I probably should have stayed home today.
Is it that bad?
Oh my God.
You got a cold?
I I had a massive allergy attack yesterday because I was staying with some people that had a dog, and I'm really dogs. But it's stupid me. I'm like, no, it'll be okay. Every time I go, no, it'll be okay. And then I'm just like sneezing and runny eyes, puffy eyes for like 8 straight hours. And then drove back to New York last night thinking, all right, it'll just pass and I'll be completely normal today. And no, it just continues. So now I'm thinking I probably caught a cold on top of that.
I'll tell you where you caught a cold.
Atlantic City.
It's the only place I used to catch colds until and now people make fun of me for this, but I'm awful about it. Getting up and washing my hands constantly during when you're playing any of the casino games. Those chips you're holding are just little petri dishes of disease that you're handing back and forth to everybody in the place.
Yeah, I bet $100 and a little bit of cancer.
Yes, here's a little bit of that. Right. I got some. I'm going to raise you emphysema. I have to. I'm pot committed with tuberculosis, and I got to raise you emphysema.
Yes.
That's what you're doing. You're trading them around. You ever see the guy comes over with the big the plastic case, and he brings over new chips? That's new diseases.
Yeah.
All for everyone. And they stack them up in the disease dish, and then they hand them around. And just look around at the table. Would you touch the hands of 99% of the people you see at the casino?
No.
You are.
Yep.
It's worse than sexual transmitted diseases.
You're licking their bellies when you...
You're pretty much licking like belly and just mouths. Just go up to that Asian gentleman smoking the cigarette at the end of the table and lick his mouth.
Just lick the inside
That's
nostrils.
what you're doing when you're taking his chair. You feel all good that you won his money. You're like, yeah, look at me, crank it over here. Take whatever he's got.
That's what I was telling you, that disease actually runs the world. It runs everything.
Good
like,
luck,
if you
have
look at it from
fun,
a certain
and,
standpoint, everything
probably.
we do is to spread disease.
To spread disease. That's the sole purpose of us being here on this planet.
Like some bugs in our brains put the idea in that gambling is a good idea because it's an amazing disease spreading
Yeah, it's a great disease spread. You're absolutely right.
I like that theory. Anthony always talks about the casinos and how dirty they are and how they're filled with germs. I'm like, shut up, you germaphobe. But here I am on Monday morning with a nice heavy cold that I thought was allergies.
The craps table, people, you blow on the dice and
yeah, they're like,
throw them to the
come on, let me hack on it. And then throw them.
Yeah, and they give you 5 dice, like, what do you want to get this time?
Yeah, which disease do you want?
And the people that just touch the dice at the craps table, those disgusting verminous, just brought a disease from China or someplace.
Yeah, they got SARS now. It's been introduced. That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just opened up a new SARS table. New SARS table is opening. It's disguised as craps, but feel free to play.
People will
what the hell? Why am I? And Oak played 3-card poker.
Yeah, I figured out the game, by the way.
It's a cool game.
Yeah, you lose all night long. You go down about $800, and then you're drunk. It's 4:30 in the morning. Your girlfriend wants to go to sleep. Everybody else around you wants to go to sleep. You're like, all right, one more hand. So $100 down on the ante, $100 down on the other thing there.
The pair plus.
The pair plus thing. And then you get your 3 cards, and then you just bet $100 without looking at your cards.
Don't even look to see if they're worth
Don't
betting.
even look, and even announce ahead of time this is what you're going to do.
I won't be looking.
This is my last hand of the night, and I'm going in blind. I'm not even looking at my cards. Is everyone hearing me?
Yeah.
So I got 100, 100, 100. Don't even know my cards. She comes up with, I think it's just ace high, whatever. I'm like, I guess I'm looking pretty good.
She qualifies.
Couple people won, couple people lost. She turns over my cards. Flush!
Oh, so you had the flush.
Wow.
Win about $1,000 even for the night. Good night, everybody.
You leave.
See you tomorrow morning. I'll be back.
Never happens. Wow.
No.
So
I got to figure it out.
You took your disease chips to the disease cashier where they hand you disease money.
Yeah. Right. So
it's fantastic. But that game...
So I was even for the night, but now I got a heavy cold for a week. So I guess the casino won.
Of course.
It's another game where they have added a new disease factor, the cards themselves.
Yes, you get the card disease from the cards. You get them from the chips, and then, when you cash in the money, and then when you give that money to a hooker who gives...
Right, another disease when she's up in your room. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Maybe that cancels it out, though.
Oh, maybe. That's how you inoculate it?
They got it's one of the few table games that allows you to touch the cards.
Right.
So, because I guess with Texas Hold'em being so big, they wanted a game where you actually feel like you're in control of something and holding your cards. Yeah. So you're able to pick up the cards and 3-card poker, which just adds another, when you hand those cards back and they go into the shuffling machine and come back out, that's not one of those sterilizing shuffling machines.
I thought it was.
Oh, these cards are hot. Oh, they're piping hot.
They just came out of the sterilizing machine.
What do they call that? A clava? What is it called?
A barber's towel machine.
A clava.
Yeah.
Something sterilizing machine. But no,
the opposite. It's doing exactly the opposite.
It's shuffling the diseases together.
Exactly.
What an awful place. And just the smoking. Like, I understand people love smoking. Yeah. God bless you. Have a pisser with it.
This could be from smoking.
And by the way, the free drinks.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. The free drinks come in. Boy, do they wash those glasses between each.
Well, they have
I'm sure they really make sure they're clean.
They got to keep everything clean.
Sure.
Louis C.K. That's the voice you're hearing in the background.
They don't just let the glass just
refill it.
Another one.
You rinse it off. Well, you've seen behind bars what they do. They take it's a single sink. And they throw a tablet, this magical tablet.
Right.
We can't cure diseases, but bars can. With this magical white tablet, they throw in a single sink, and there's like 5 brushes that are in this water. And all night long,
a tired bartender
is taking your glasses and those of the other patrons and dipping them in this water concoction.
Just giving them that one
little dip over the brush, and then this rinse in another sink that is just standing water.
Yes.
And then they're magically sterilized.
He's giving it that one kind of, I hate all of these people.
Oh, this job sucks. And if you need it dry, of course, there's a rag that sits there all night that he uses to rub the bar with and puke and whatever else might come.
You mean they're not scrubbing the edges of the glasses?
Oh, I don't think they're really... Not like at home.
Like you do at home, no?
At home, with the people you know and love.
Actually,
you scrub away at the rim of the glass.
Yep. A little known fact, I was a bartender for a few years. It's just a quick dip.
You're busy.
You get the very soapy water, then you got the sort of soapy water, then you got just the water.
The rinse sink.
So dip, done.
Hair dry.
You're not scrubbing it.
There's no scrubbing around the edge of the glass.
The alcohol,
well, that's what they say.
Sure. That kills all the germs.
No, and the ice is made of incredibly good water. The ice is those ice makers.
That's another thing, the ice, where they just take the glass and shove it in the ice anyway.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I don't have the flu at this point. Keep talking.
You're working on it.
You're talking me into a case of cancer. Jesus.
We all are.
I just went to Atlantic City for the night to have a little fun with Big Ken and the gang from Philly.
It's a gamble, all right.
And I come back with this heavy cold. But I learned how to beat 3 cards. So.
3 cards, good. It's a game of you just got to keep your ass in the seat long enough.
Grind it out.
Until you hit a big hand.
Not caring and thinking it's your last hand. When I was in Vegas to do comic relief, I decided I'm going to lose $200 at the blackjack table and go to sleep.
You're just going to lose it and right.
So I decided to, and I was tired. Like, I don't know why I had to lose it, but I was like 2 $100 hands. And I'm gone.
That's it.
So $100.
I think everybody does that because you don't want to go upstairs with the chips. You're like, you know what? I'm just tired. I'm just going to make 2 huge bets and get out of here. You're not even thinking that you're just losing. You might as well just throw the money on the floor and let someone pick it up.
Pick it up.
So I lose $100, and then a second $100 I win. And then I just keep leaving it on the table because I want to
let it ride.
And I just kept letting it ride, and I just kept winning. And I'm doubling down with, like, showing a 7 against his 10 with $1,000 on a hand. That was, like, the first stupid thing I did. I showed a 7 and he showed a 10. I doubled down with $1,000 on it and won. And I kept winning, and people were crowding around me. And
Did you make a decision like, maybe now I should just leave and win? And
No, I just kept going because I had a friend with me who was mad at me for not starting to be conservative.
Right. What are you doing?
The whole point of this was to lose money. Yeah. So I just kept going. I won $10,000 playing blackjack.
Come on.
Playing blackjack.
On your last 200?
Yes. $10,000, went home, went up to the hotel room, stupidly didn't turn it into cash. If I saw the cash, I would have respected it.
Yeah. Well, that's why they give you chips.
Yeah, exactly.
To disease you and to keep you from remembering it's your money.
So then I called my wife and I tell her I won $10,000. She's like, "That's amazing." And I said, "Well, I'm still in Vegas.
I'm not done yet.
I'm not done yet."
And she's like, "What does that mean?" And I'm like, "I'm still in Vegas. I'm not."
You know what that means? You're thinking in your head, I could turn this 10,000 into 100,000
with ease.
That would be a hell of a
it just
payday.
means I haven't won it till I get it home to my state that has no legal gambling.
For now.
Yeah.
Casinos are popping up all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, they want to be responsible and keep everyone safe from the online gambling, but
no.
But let's make sure there's a casino on every corner eventually.
Yeah.
How much did you lose of it?
I lost all of it.
All of it.
Plus another 1,000. The next day. As quickly as I want it, doing the same dumb betting, the same stupid.
Yeah, thinking that was a new strategy that you're going to write a book about it, and
And
I broke the system.
She's so mad at me. She's like, "You lost $10,000." I'm like, "No, I didn't. I came. There's nothing." She says, "We needed that 10,000." I'm like, "You can't say that we needed money that I got magically.
That you won that right.
You can't say that it was 10 grand that we need. And I made 20 grand while I was there. I earned money.
Right, you were working.
No, you lost 10.
See, that's where some people don't understand.
No.
You didn't. You lost 200, and you actually made money because you were there to work.
Exactly.
Some people go there on vacation, and they do lose money. But I had a little gambling weekend myself.
Yeah.
A little private gambling Saturday night. Went over to Kevin Smith's comic book store.
Oh, his illegal poker game he does every Saturday night.
Not illegal. He's not taking any rake. He's not taking any money. He's taking the other people's money. He's not, the house isn't getting any money.
I just mess with you.
But, a little poker game went on. And as you recall, some of the listeners perhaps, I got raped last time I went there. About a month ago.
How much did you lose?
It was a $100 buy-in. And I bought in 5 times. So I dropped $500 the last time and lost everything. Could not win, could not get a hand, could not make anything work. Any hand I did get, someone had a better one, and it was one of those situations. Well, Saturday night, start playing about 7:30, around 8 o'clock on Saturday night. And it's me, Kevin Smith, and listeners and viewers of his movies, message board people. And Kevin's got a great little system worked out. He has figured out how to get his viewers of his films and fans to come over to his comic book shop and hand him over money.
Wow.
He's really a good poker player.
Right.
And he just gets people, hey, play poker with Kevin Smith. Who wouldn't want to do that? It's a dream come true. And they don't want to leave, so they stay there all night just pulling money. Unlimited buy-ins. That's it.
Because when are you going to get the chance to play poker with Kevin Smith? And he knows that.
Yeah.
So last time I got raped, and this past Saturday, I made up the money I lost last time and made more. I was like the terror of the table.
Wow.
And Kevin still won also. He won. So, in essence, we raped our fans.
Oh my God.
Completely took their money.
Yeah.
I remember one poor girl.
And you're the 2 rich guys.
Yeah, we're the 2 guys that actually have we've been blessed with a good living.
Yeah, exactly.
And she must have pulled out about $500 or $600
just to hang out.
Just to hang out and keep playing.
That's what it's all about. If you want to hang out, you're paying $100 an hour.
At one point, I had a huge stack of chips and just a wad of cash that people were now buying my chips from me to stay in the game. So I had a wad of cash shoved behind the chips and a huge stack of chips, and I'm selling the other people the chips.
The upgrade is done.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I became like the house.
Are you and Kevin just kind of nodding at each other?
No, look straight down. Kevin will...
He wasn't acknowledging that you were winning just as well as he was?
Kevin Smith...
very serious.
Love the guy.
Hey,
love his movies.
they're attacking our base.
Love his directing.
Base is
his
under
acting.
attack.
When you play poker with him, don't talk about any of the above. He will look down. He will look at his chips. He will look at the cards. He will play poker. He's there to play poker. As a matter of fact, Big Kev was doing his show over there at XM, and I guess Kevin Smith was supposed to call in for a little interview segment. It lasted about a minute, and it was Kevin Smith playing and just maybe saying 3 words into the phone. So he's very serious about his cards, and we wound up we were counting out at about I guess 7:30 Sunday morning. It was bright light out. We're just counting out. And it's like,
I don't know how you do
that.
that.
How'd you do? I go, I made up for last time and better. He goes, yeah, I did all right here myself.
Don't you just feel like crap at that point for being up 12 hours?
You just be up so long.
Well, you really, or up all night just playing cards, drinking, and you make more money actually working.
Yeah. It's not like, making money hand over fist on an hourly wage that I, would normally make it. But it's the fun of playing, and it's just,
the gambling's not about winning. It's about just a feeling.
Yeah.
It's just a rush of...
It's a definite, rush where you could you could tell where the addiction comes from, things like that.
Because if you get enough winnings to get excited, then you do something really dumb, like whatever, putting $500 on black because you're passing a roulette table. Like,
I got my stack of chips. You walk into the cashier to cash your chips, and it's like, let me just throw this chip on this number.
Yeah. And then it doesn't hit, and you go, ooh, and you feel a little drop in your stomach. It really is
up for that.
It's really amazing. It's amazing how carefree you get with your money in a casino. You would never do that as you're just walking around Manhattan.
No. They're colorful, round little chips. They're not money.
Like you would never just take $500 and like, hey, I'll just give it to this homeless guy or something.
There's no excitement there.
I know, because
no chance he's going to pay off.
No, I understand. There's part of you thinking that you're going to, get. He's not going to go, congratulations. Right.
Hey, you know something? I said the 100th guy that gives me money today is going to get all the money I've collected. Wow, the homeless guy game is great. Paid off. I got the system down.
You might struggle to give a homeless guy like $2, but you have no problem throwing $500 down on black on a whim.
Oh, that's awful.
Exactly. I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
Exactly. Yeah, I got family members, that would be like, hey,
upgrade complete.
A couple of bucks maybe. I need it for this. You're like, no. And then it's like, I dropped 10 grand down at the Borgata. Holy Jesus.
People don't. No, that 10 grand that I had, I could have done I could have won an award for giving it to somebody. It's enough money to give.
Would have made the news. Like, wow, Louis C.K. hands over 10 large to some, cancer kid or something. But now let me just double down. I'm making stupid bets.
Let me just waste it here. It's gone. All right, let's take a break. Louis C.K. in for Jimmy Norton. Jimmy's going to be back tomorrow. I guess we'll talk about the Oscars after the break. We got Britney Spears stuff that's pretty good. We got an assault on the media that happened over the weekend.
Yeah.
We have
mineral field depleted.
We have so much to do. Oh, topless American Idol chick.
More than topless, my friend.
More than topless. We'll get into that as well. It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
Hear what everyone else is talking about. O&A Uncut and Live, continuing the show on XM Satellite Radio starting at 9 a.m. Eastern. Visit xmradio.com to subscribe.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show. The virus is spreading.
Okay, we're recording.
Yes. Coming this weekend to the Saturday Night Virus, it's the return of Uninformed with Bill Burr and Joe DeRosa. That's this Saturday, March 3rd from 9 p.m. to midnight on XM 202.
You're checking out the Opie and Anthony Show. Louis C.K. in studio today for little Jimmy Norton. So the Oscars, I guess everyone's going to be talking about that this morning.
Are they?
What a bore fest, first of all. The worst television ever. It really was. It's getting, these award shows are just useless at this point.
They're a very dated thing.
Didn't they used to give the big awards earlier? Some of them at least, like throw you a couple of...
Yeah, throw you a bone here and there.
It's just sound editing and
foreign film.
They make you wait 3.5 hours and then they just pile them
Get
up.
Get the biggies that everyone cares about.
But Ellen DeGeneres sucked. And I think she's funny for a female comic.
Yeah, she's all right.
Finished learning.
You got to preface it by saying for a female comic.
Upgrade is done.
A couple of articles written saying she was the incredible missing host. Like she was barely on. The thing didn't even need a host. You could tell how much of it I watched. I really didn't watch much.
I watched for 2 hours and I was bored.
2 hours.
Awful. And I'm like, you know what? It's just time to go to bed. Yeah. Nothing to see here.
No, in those awards, the sound editing, really?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Those people, I've worked in movies.
Yeah.
Those people don't need an Oscar. They don't need to make a speech on national television.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, and they're the ones that get up there.
Send it to them at their house. You send it to their house.
Yeah. Just mail it to them. Yeah. Why are they up there at the podium giving a speech? And I love them when they're really excited and they're thanking a bunch of people. And
can they possibly think anyone cares?
Yeah, how creative can you get with sound editing? It's you either have it or you don't.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, what a weird coincidence that all the big movies, the big grossing movies, are the ones also getting those.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't some little French film where somebody actually did some creative sound editing that won. It's the... You know, Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, I bet their sound editor was amazing.
Yeah, of course.
They're just divvying up those awards
just to make the other movies feel good.
That's all it
So
is.
they invented these other awards, like, all right, we'll give one for sound editing.
Yeah.
Oh, costume, all right, we'll give one for costume.
That way they could release
But we
it
have to
and put
watch it.
Oscar award winner.
Yeah,
you don't know if it's the, best costume.
That's all it is. But what are the odds that the Pirates of the Caribbean had there was thousands of movies this year. None of them were better at sound editing.
Yeah.
Well, I bet they just pick it out of a hat.
Yeah.
Sound editing.
It around.
Yeah, just pick it out of a hat. So in case you didn't stay up until, I think, 12:30, good old Marty Scorsese.
That's the big news everyone talking about. Martin Scorsese finally winning.
I was telling Louis during the commercial, he wins Best Picture for The Departed and Best Director for The Departed. It's like, what?
Those weren't the movies. If you wanted to give the guy an Oscar, Raging Bull, Goodfellas.
They're just throwing him a bone at this point.
Now it's obvious.
Just know that finally he's not going to make a better movie.
Now,
yeah, this is pretty much it. Yeah, he's not going to make Goodfellas. We were hoping he was going to top it before we gave him an Oscar, but now we just realized.
Now, The Departed was a really good movie, but was it better than Goodfellas? Was it better than Raging Bull? I don't think so.
No.
They're just throwing him a bone at this point.
Taxi Driver, things like that.
Yep.
No, sorry.
So, I mean, we're happy for him, but this should have happened years ago is what we're getting at.
Yeah.
They decided to finally give him one. Forrest Whitaker, The Last King of Scotland, Best Actor. I said he would win.
Did they make a big deal about him being African American?
I don't know, man. His acceptance speech was at 1 in the morning. I don't know. I don't know what he said.
He talked about how much he likes acting.
Oh, really?
Just shut up.
Did he really?
Up.
He enjoyed it in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Look, all I know is you're the
calm down
football
a little
player.
bit.
It's amazing how this wandering eye crosses so many character barriers.
Base is under attack.
He gained 50 pounds for the role. I know that much.
Right. Yeah, that's great. That's really hard to do because you eat a lot.
Yeah.
Honestly, he was amazing in Last King of Scotland.
He was, but still, actors, who cares? There's
Right.
probably like 1,000 guys that would have done it just as well.
4 tickets for Earth, Wind, and Fire and Little Brother.
And who was saying he was sweating a lot up there? You?
Well, no, in the movie.
Oh, in the movie.
Like in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like he had the best
Well, it was
sweating
Uganda.
in a movie.
That was pretty great.
Best sweating in a movie award, ladies and gentlemen. Forrest Whitaker.
It was Uganda.
Yeah, but, he's African. He's not supposed to sweat that much.
And then we got, thanks, you got Al Gore. We'll get into the Al Gore in a minute here. Best Actress, Dame Helen Mirren.
Dame.
Is she a dame yet?
Yeah, she's old.
She's old.
That means old.
She won for the Queen.
She's still in that sort of have sex with an old lady fantasy.
Is she?
Though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Judi Dench, you couldn't.
Dame Judi.
Dame Judi Dench.
Get it right. Helen Mirren, you can still
do.
You can still picture her giving you a weird authoritative look while you're doing her. You can still have that fantasy.
Ooh.
Go ahead, love.
Go ahead, love.
That's why we
You're
love
pleasuring me.
Louis. You're a sick one, man.
Doing a fine job at pleasuring me.
Like in the
Am I?
bathroom of the Oscars with her Oscar on the sink.
Oh, one leg propped up.
Yeah.
That nice dress.
Go ahead now. That's what
She was, I actually watched The Queen. I was on the plane. It's one of those plane movies. And it was pretty good. Yeah. She did a good job. She actually was one of those roles where someone gives you an Oscar, but you realize you're just doing a really good impression of somebody.
Yeah.
Like they've had those before where someone goes, oh, my God, the acting. It's like you're not. Acting to me is you get a script. Here's a completely made-up person where you just have to take words and a description and bring it to life.
And now make it your own.
Now, this role is kind of, here's a real person.
Yeah.
Do a great impression of this person.
Right.
It's like
giving Rich Little an Oscar for the
yeah
for Richard
Carson
Nixon
story.
for his Richard
For his portrayal of Richard Nixon.
Like at the beginning of the movie, she should have turned her back and went, okay, here we go.
I think this
comes the Queen.
is what it might look like.
And then a couple of
muscles her hair up a bit and turns around. The old Frank Gorshin used to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, how annoying.
We're running out of we're running out of categories we care about. So, Best Actor in a Supporting Role, that grump Alan Arkin for Little Miss Sunshine.
The minerals
He's a
have
grouch.
up and gone.
Oh, is he a grouch?
What a lost Oscar. I mean, it's just what a bummer. I mean, any of the other guys would have been so happy.
Right.
But he's like, who is this?
And then you're going to win an Oscar. You don't watch out doing that impression.
Oh, yes.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
good Alan Arkin there.
The big booby monster won Best Actress in a Supporting Role, Jennifer Hudson for Dreamgirls.
I hated her because she said, see what God can do. That's her first thing she said.
Oh, boy.
Because that's what God is doing, is giving people Oscars.
Giving Oscars
Lloyd,
out.
We talk about this all the time. The Super Bowl guy was talking about all the tornadoes in Florida, and then thank God for winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's what he cares about.
Right, that's
about the tornadoes.
He wants to make sure you get your Oscar.
No, because people pray and then they get something and they think it worked, God.
Yeah.
So what do you say to some mother of 5 with no money and a bad leg who prays and gets nothing?
Sorry, I was busy. I had to rig the Oscars. And doesn't everybody pray? So what about the 5 people or so that lost?
Yeah.
That didn't win the Oscar.
God couldn't help them.
Couldn't help them out. I can only give away one.
They don't believe in God as much as the guy that won.
Academy rules.
Is what I would say.
Now, I think God would override Academy rules and, like, everyone would win, but no one would find that suspect because it's God doing it.
Yeah.
He could pull that Jedi mind crap on everybody.
Vespine
And
guys
if
are
it was truly
exhausted.
God, everyone would be a winner.
Yeah. All right. Wow. Animated feature. I mean, come on. Who saw this coming?
Now you're reaching.
Happy Feet. I really thought Cars was going to win that one. I mean, come on.
Jesus.
Did they have a goofy segment where an actual animated character came out on the stage? And they show the audience looking up at the monitors because there's really nothing on the stage. I love when they do that. They try to pull some wacky stuff like, all right, we're going to have an animated penguin or somebody come out on stage by the podium to do this. And they pan the audience, and they're looking up like the little kids used to at Wonderama when the camera would go on them, and they're looking up.
Yeah.
God, why aren't they looking
and you
at
get
the
to
stage?
find out how funny the animators are. Because the character on the podium and does like a Sally Fields impression or whatever.
It's so hysterical to watch.
No, last night they had the 2 cars in a fake audience.
Yeah.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, they cut to the audience and the cars are in the front row, 2 of the cars.
Look, I didn't even see it.
But you look around and there's like bad acting.
Mineral field depleted.
It was awful.
Adapted screenplay. Oh my God. The Departed again.
Yeah.
Best documentary feature. Did Al Gore actually win an Oscar last night?
Well,
for An Inconvenient Truth?
They said the name of that guy who produced it, but I guess he's one of the producers.
Davis Guggenheim.
Yes.
Oh. But Al Gore's like the face.
Right.
Yeah.
So did he get up and accept?
He got the first. Davis Guggenheim made a speech with his hand on Al Gore's shoulder, saying, "This man."
Oh, really?
Oh, one of those.
And Al Gore was standing there like, "I'm supposed to talk, you idiot. I was the vice president."
Yeah, unless you forgot. I was like the second in charge.
Yeah, for 12 years.
And believe me, first in charge was almost gone.
Yeah.
So
I was telling Louis C.K. during the break, look,
Well,
I'm not a fan of Bush, I'll tell you right off the bat, but I am so glad that Al Gore is not our president.
That's what he
Did you
look
see
like
him
right
at the Oscars last night?
Just doughy-faced
He
freak.
doesn't look like he's in control of his own body, his own brain, his own mind.
He's starting to look like an old lady, like kind of a wide old lady.
Right.
Oh, freaky.
He's starting to look like your if you had a retarded brother, what he would look like when he turns like 50.
He's going that route.
years old. Yeah.
Ex-presidents are odd things because you don't really see a lot of them once they're out of office.
Yeah.
And without that visibility, the few times you do see them, so much time has gone by that you're like, what the hell? What happened to that guy?
Well, whenever you see pictures of or footage of the president in his first few days of office,
yeah,
they look totally because they all of their hair goes. White.
Yeah, they all go like they go to the mountain and see the burning bush at some point during their presidency. Come down with the shock of white hair. I've seen God.
And you think something that happens? They take him to a room in the basement of the White House and say, "Here's what really goes on."
All right, here's everything.
Right.
Oh my God, that's true. Fill him in on all the secrets.
Yeah, they tell him everything. Okay, first you have to drink some of Kennedy's blood, and we're gonna take pictures of it, so you're complicit.
Here's exactly who killed him. Here's the video of it. Yes, we had video back then.
Exactly.
Of it.
We'll take a break, we'll take lunch, and then we'll show you the alien.
And then you'll eat some poor people.
Eat poor people.
Show you the alien.
We'll fly you around in the ship a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you come out and your hair's white, and you're just going, die.
And here's proof there's no God. All right, well, you got 4
Your
years. Have
forces are
fun.
under attack.
Have fun with it. Just talk about the economy and make a war if you have to. Just anything.
Whatever you gotta do.
Just keep all this stuff on the QT because let me show you what happened to the last guy that said he was going to say something.
Oh, and we even got video of Abraham Lincoln getting assassinated.
Yeah, we had video back then.
That was us, too. Yeah. We spun that nice.
And here's John Wilkes Booth because we've figured out immortality.
Right. Yeah.
We have to keep him down here because he'd just yap.
That's a great way to look at it.
It is. And then white hair. They find out.
White hair.
They want to run for office.
Lizards running the country.
There's all this excitement. You're going to be president of the United States.
Oh, totally.
And then they bring you down to the base.
Do you believe? Wait, you actually think that the people voted you in?
What are you, an
Oh,
idiot?
okay. Yeah, come on.
All right,
Get in the elevator, you daffy bastard.
I think that's what happened to Bush. Do you remember after 9/11? First of all, he shows up the first time on camera in some weird place in Nebraska, looking like there's a guy with a gun to his head right off camera.
Right. Yep. Yeah, the hostage footage.
The next time we see him, he's crying a little, like his lip is quivering.
Yeah.
He's starting to, like, come unglued. Because they told him, yeah, we did this. It's just for money. We ran the planes into the buildings. It's like busting out in a restaurant for insurance.
And if I could hold this up.
Yeah.
You signed off on it.
Yeah.
See your signature at the bottom?
And then he showed up with a bandage on his head. Do you remember this? This was right after 9/11.
Yeah, I believe they removed something.
No, he had a bandage on his head, and they said the story was that he choked on a pretzel and fell over and hit his head on a coffee table. Which, if you've ever been in a writer's room or any kind of pitch room, that's a pitch. That's people going around going, okay, how did he get... Because what happened was he said, I'm telling everybody that you guys did this. I'm telling them. And Dick Cheney punched him in the face and said, shut up, you little bitch. Play along. And then they all said, okay, what happened? A pretzel.
Use the pretzel gag.
We're going to go with the pretzel.
And then Bush went to the mirror and started looking at his temples and going, it's white. Yes. I swear this was just brown hair.
Oh, that's a great way to look at it. All right, we got audio of Al Gore. He's just terrific. Just reminding us that maybe they did the right thing back in the day. Not that Bush is much better.
No, but thank God he stole it from that womanly, weird-looking freak.
Yeah, we were thinking that he's starting to look a little too comfortable, like he might wear a dress behind closed doors with a little lipstick, just for the hell of it.
Oh, totally.
Now, are you positive that all this hard work hasn't inspired you to make any other kind of major...
Oh, here's
the
minerals with a little gag with Leo there.
Oh, yeah. Leo.
So they do what they have to do, and then he's like, are you sure you have no other big announcement? Because you're in front of about 1 billion people right
you going to run for president?
Well, there's rumors that he's going to jump in the race.
Announcement to the world here tonight.
Well, I do appreciate that, Leo, and
Leo.
I'm kind of surprised that the feelings
I do appreciate that, Leo.
Yeah, Leo. That's what I mean.
It just sounds like he's just... he's worse than gay. It's not that he's gay. Like, if he was just gay, it'd be like, all right, whoever, he's gay. But he's just, whoa, Leo.
He's starting to sound like he should be an extra in Birdcage or something.
If he was president, it would be like... Well, I'm really warning Iran. You better stop it. Seriously.
That look right into the camera.
Not okay.
Let me tell you something, Mr. Premier.
The
guy's looking at what is he saying?
This is gay.
This is all. I'm getting the douche chills from this mane.
Yeah, there's something going on here.
No, if you put a wig on him, he's total. It works. Totally works.
Like one of those bad old tranny guys.
Hi, Daddy.
An old like the old guy from the Princess of the Desert, whatever that movie was. Like you when you see a tranny without the wig, you go, oh,
nothing more.
It's a tranny that just has done the hormone treatment so far.
Yes, exactly.
That's
exactly.
It.
Pre-op.
And now he's going to start with the wig and the dress.
Tranny.
He's going to start with the wig and the dress in another month or two. He's waiting for the hormones to kind of take hold. He's like, he's in that in-between stage.
Exactly.
Right now.
His skin is weird.
I'm so glad
I realized.
I'm looking at him like, this guy was almost president?
I was the woman trapped in a man's body.
All right, here we go.
Leo.
That would have been the announcement. Leo. Well, as long as you're giving me a platform.
I hate that inside thing, too. That whole Leo. Everyone else, it's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Everyone else, it's Charlton Heston. But then it's, it was me, it was Chuck Heston. We were out at the Sands.
Marty.
It was Marty Scorsese. Congrats to Marty Scorsese. He earned this.
The best one ever is Bob De Niro.
Movies with Bobby De Niro. Fantastic.
Even his mom calls him Robert.
Robert. I don't care. Obviously friends are friends or whatever, but in public. Could you just
that makes people go Bobby? No, De Niro.
Bobby De Niro.
No,
is he related to Robert De Niro?
No, that's just a way to make you feel like you know the guy just a little more than everybody.
I think it's a celebrity version of the name drop. You can't name drop because you are a name that is dropped.
Yes.
So it's their way of dropping a name.
Yes.
Like we can't possibly say. Do you tell someone when I saw Bobby De Niro up on the screen, they would turn to you and go, "Hey, Dick." Did you just call Robert De Niro Bobby De Niro?
But yes, you're a carpenter. He's Robert to you.
Robert De Niro.
All right, let's get into Al Gore here.
Oh, yes, please.
Leo. That he just throws everyone off and goes, all right, I'm gay.
Here's the announcement. I've been living as a gay man.
I'm a post-op tranny.
Oh, no, he pulls
I'm getting a vagina put in next week. And
he pulls him a greavy.
No, and Tipper is kind of headed into guy land, too.
Yeah, she's always been a little manly.
They're right there. They're crisscrossing as we speak. Yes.
I've been living as a gay American. Stories come out of truck stops, and only it's at the airport, like Air Force 2 had to land, and he had to go to the airport bathroom.
He would have gotten away with it, though. Like, he lands Air Force 2. This is while he was vice president. I'm telling you this happened. And he would go to a truck stop and blow a guy. And then, I'm sorry. I forgot I'm on the radio. He'd go to a truck stop
and just
and he would do what you got to do. Something he oughtn't to do with a fella.
Right.
And then he'd say to the guy, "Go ahead and tell them the vice president just did that." Like, see who's going to buy it.
Could you imagine a trucker saying, the damnedest thing just happened. I pulled my Kenworth in.
I was in the I-10 and
I'm just going to, do my business, and I hear, psst, psst, "Hey, fella." And I look, and it's Vice President Al Gore.
I like that the trucker can do a good Al Gore impression.
Well, that's all he does.
Yeah.
He won an Oscar for it, I hear.
All right, here's Al talking to Leo.
I do appreciate that, Leo, and I'm kind of surprised that the feelings welling up here actually have been very convincing. And even though I honestly had not planned on doing this, I guess with a billion people watching, it's as good a time as any. So, my fellow Americans, I'm going to take this opportunity right here and now to formally announce my intention.
I get it.
Hey, we're funny.
The cutoff music.
We're funny.
Right before the big announcement.
What do you say, Al?
Who saw that coming?
The cutoff music. You've been talking too long. Get off the stage.
Wow, that's really funny.
That's not set up.
What do you say, Al?
I was only joking.
I was only joking. There you go. You notice also they didn't cut off that Italian guy because it's the conductor's job to cut the dude off.
Right,
he's a fellow musician, so he let him talk.
Let him yap.
Italian.
That the guy he was speaking in Italian.
Morricone, yeah,
in front of a billion people. That's terrific. I hope he just said horrific things,
like cursing.
Oh, just horrific things.
What is he saying?
I don't know. Just let him talk.
Do you know they were probably freaking out? Like in the booth, the people that dump, because they know how much trouble they get into these days. What is he saying? Find someone that speaks Italian, for Christ's sake.
This might be a little, we might be reaching on this one, but there's always been rumors about good old Ryan Seacrest. Good old Ryan.
His sexuality.
There's been rumors around there, so we pay very close attention when he does the red carpet stuff.
Yeah.
And he always has to kind of talk about girls.
Yeah.
And it's not really convincing.
No.
So, like I said, we might be reaching here, but we got a couple examples of Ryan Seacrest talking to girls on the red carpet here.
It's awkward.
It's let me know what you think.
Last time I saw American Idol, he kept bringing up Christina Aguilera's name because he just wants people to think that he's into her.
And it's such an easy out, Christina Aguilera, because she is universally hot.
Yeah, who's going to say she's not hot?
That's one, like, you could go back a few years and it was, Raquel Welch.
Yeah, exactly.
Raquel Welch
yeah.
was like,
Gina
hey, that
Lola
Raquel Welch, Gina Lola Brigida. Boy, is she hot. All right, Rock Hudson, we get it. She's hot.
He really wants to say that Melissa Etheridge is hot.
Yeah.
All right, here it is.
Okay, bye-bye. Oh, man, I mean, it's like hottie after hottie.
The guys don't say hottie after hottie.
Hottie after hottie. But Brad Pitt just walked by. It's just...
Real guys...
Are we on?
Real guys don't say hottie after hottie.
Hottie after hottie.
Have you ever used the word hottie?
Not
Boy,
hottie.
she's a hottie.
She is a hottie.
Once you say
complete.
piece of A,
I really liked her boobies.
Yeah, guys like those, right?
Yeah.
Hottie after hottie.
Hottie
Like I
after
said, we might be
hottie.
reaching, but I don't know.
So what?
Okay, bye-bye.
So let's accuse
man,
him.
I mean, it's like hottie after hottie.
Good.
The guys, Tom and Seth, and the guys here on the E stands under the camera are salivating. Oh, here comes Jessica Biel now.
Salivating. That's what we...
Salivating.
That's what we say when we see a really hot chick. We go, aren't you salivating?
They're fabulous. All these girls are fabulous.
I am just salivating.
And then he mentions all the people that were salivating, but he didn't mention himself.
And then he ends with, "Ooh, here comes Jessica Biel."
Jessica Biel,
Like,
another
okay,
complete hottie.
Obviously, he's not gay because every guy, even gay guys, think Jessica Biel's hot. I mean, come on.
Jessica Biel could be like the hottest chick in Hollywood right now.
Right.
She's too manly. You're thinking, Than? Don't like her in that goddamn Blade 3. She looks real good in that.
Yeah, not in general. Just last night, she kind of looked like a lumberjack.
Did she? Didn't see. Okay. Because she looked really good in that stupid Chainsaw Massacre movie.
It's that neck to shoulder muscle that's just...
You have a problem with the neck to shoulder muscle.
Linebacker.
It's a little too built up. Yeah. But here it is.
Faggot.
Here it is again. At the end here.
Salivating. Oh, here comes Jessica Biel now. Okay.
Oh, here comes Jessica Biel now.
Oh, who else can I?
All right, here. We got another example here.
Mm-hmm. Anne Hathaway, Devil Wears Prada. So good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Okay, I shouldn't admit this, but I saw the movie and I cried in it.
You cried?
You cried? You faggot?
Right.
The actor
cried? Yeah, the actor's like, you cried?
It's a dopey movie, I mean.
I'm ashamed of that movie, you fag.
She goes,
Jesus.
she can't even help herself. You cried?
Did you cry semen into somebody else's face?
Oh, yeah. Wow, that neck to shoulder muscle thing is just bothering me.
Yeah, you know what, Dan? I'm with you on that one.
Dan,
Look at a nude picture of Jessica
Biel.
Biel.
A naked picture of her just barely covering up.
I'm with you now, Dan.
That's amazing that E-Rock got naked pictures from last night, because I was talking about last night.
Hey!
You mean she's been working on her trap since these pictures?
Yeah, maybe she's working the wrong muscles in the gym.
All right, let's listen to Ryan.
I saw the movie and I cried in it.
You cried?
Oh, she's laughing at me. I actually did. You know, when you come and you stand up and have fun. Meryl Streep.
Oh, well, it's good to know that you're in touch with your inner emotions.
I know. I thought, job well done, I guess is what I should say. Maybe I should have just said, you really nailed it.
Thank you very, very much.
Oh, boy.
Somebody should throw him in the garbage.
And she didn't even say you came in touch with your inner woman or inner femininity or something, your inner self. What did she say? It was like, she said it wrong.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be your inner, wussy.
Yeah.
Your inner fag.
Let's go to Michigan. Eric, what's up?
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey, man.
Did you guys catch Ryan Seacrest's Freudian slip last night? He was on the red carpet and he's asking all these actresses, "Oh, who are you wearing? Who are you wearing?" Nobody kept saying Vera Wang. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he goes, "Man, there's all kinds of Wang here. It's just a big Wang party."
I did hear that.
A Wang party.
Maybe Sam can get that clip as well. All right, thank you, sir. We got Louis C.K. in today. We got to take a quick break. We got a few more examples of Ryan trying to sound, in my opinion, that he likes girls.
Yeah. Well, you're not reaching. It's a rumor that he's gay, like there's a rumor that he exists. I mean...
Is that a picture from last night? All right, I got to go with Than on this.
Now you're with Than?
I got to go with Than. That is a weird looking... I think it's the cut of the dress, if I could be...
No, know what happens? These girls...
She lost too much weight.
No, these girls, they get trainers, and it's like... Girls, like, lifting weights a little bit is all right, but then when they get cut like that...
That dress...
It's just an awful look.
There's too much exposed there. Like from the shoulder down, she looks like a Terminator arm.
And
I would still.
She looks a little thin,
to
too.
stop it. Yeah, and a little too thin. The bone, a little bony up top there.
And her boobies are set.
And her neck.
So, you know what? She's just,
all right, she's out of the loop now.
She's a mess. Let's find a new hottie in
I got to go
Hollywood.
back to, what's her name?
She had her day.
I would
from
still
the
be
island.
very happy to see her.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
I'm not trading her in for a Scarlett Johansson.
Know who looked unbelievable? Reese Witherspoon.
Really?
She was looking dumpy and stuff, had a couple kids. The husband who,
you know what?
There's rumors about him. So they're getting a divorce. They're separated. Next thing you know, she got her body back in
Yeah,
shape.
she looks pretty good.
Show a picture of Reese.
She had that dark eye makeup, and so she looked kind of like 80s Coke Horry.
Oh, doing that whole number?
In a good way, yeah.
There was you hear there was a...
Hey, look, look at what she's looking like these days.
That's all right.
She hasn't looked this good in years.
No.
Did you hear there was a stabbing at one of the parties?
Really?
Last night, and it was Reese.
Yeah.
Reese's husband?
No, Reese.
Ex-husband?
No, right there.
Reese Witherspoon?
No, with a knife.
Oh my God! Are you still playing poker?
It's one of the worst jokes I've ever heard.
Oh, that you heard?
It is one of the
Who told
worst.
you that one?
Joe.
Oh my God.
Oh my, I'd tell you something. How did that not go in?
I was only joking.
That's an awful joke, but use it. Feel free.
We have to punch a girl now. You made us punch a girl.
Size 14.
Yes, that deserves a tasering.
All right, let's get out of here for a little bit. We got lots to do today. We got to get into the nudie pics of that fine contestant on American Idol.
Our next American Idol, by the way, I'm predicting she goes all the way.
She already did go all the way.
I was only joking.
Dan's disgusted with me this morning.
I say you do.
Well, he should be.
I say you do bad jokes for the rest of the morning.
Bad pun jokes all day.
If they kick her,
I have a bad joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you put a hair pie to cool it off?
Where?
On the Vagisil.
Okay.
I was only joking.
my God.
Finished learning.
If American Idol kicks this broad off, they're the stupidest TV show on TV.
Yeah.
Watch their ratings if they don't kick this girl off. We'll get into the whole controversy in a little bit. We got to get. There's so much to do. Let's step aside for a bit. Opie and Anthony.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show. The Opie and Anthony virus.
It's Pest Radio. For the pests, by the pests, and like the pests. Mostly stupid. Coming in 2007. Details on opieandanthony.com.
Good morning. You're checking out the Opie and Anthony Show. In a little while, we're going to be talking very dirty. We're going to talk about the American Idol contestant that's nude all over the place on the internet, doing things that I don't think American Idol are going to be happy about.
No, they probably won't be, but...
And we'll tell you where to find the pictures and the videos and all that stuff. So
good egg.
What are you guys looking at, by the way?
We were looking at Pal Talk. Apparently, your girl's asleep. They're just laying in bed. And then Lisa Ann gave a little flash. It's always nice. Thank you.
Great way to start the morning.
Yeah, why not?
We got the Wang clip from Ryan Seacrest. So we're going to finish up on this and we'll move on to other things. But I don't know. No. We like to listen very closely to what Ryan says and does on the red carpet.
Oh, yes.
Because we've been hearing things. We've been hearing things over the years. This is him talking about Wangs.
Who made your dress?
Vera Wang.
Oh, okay. Lots of Wang. Lots of Vera Wang.
Lots of Wang going by.
I was going to say, it's a Wang party. There's a lot of Wang here.
How many Wangs have been by?
A couple of Wangs so far.
Oh, really?
Maybe the second Wang.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Just die.
I can't do no wrong, though. He's like, he's everywhere. Guy is everywhere.
I seriously think the cure for AIDS was him dying of it. Because once AIDS gets him, it'll be like, my work is done.
My work here is done.
Yes. All right, now I'll allow you to figure out how to cure this dumb thing.
What the hell is that? We get it, the Wang joke.
All right, well, here is some more audio from the red carpet last night.
Just getting started here on the red carpet, Juliana. And you're
Base is
up
under
on the
attack.
other, and if I look this way, yes, I see the back of you.
Do you see the back of me?
I see the back
How's
of
it
you.
look, Ryan?
Your back is fantastic. I love the shoulder blades.
Thank you.
Those are great blades.
Great blades.
I think
Our army be
she probably
strapped.
meant like my ass.
Yeah.
How's the ass look?
Well,
and
oh, that's right. That's where fellows like to put it.
guys like
Your
to look
forces
at the
are under
blades.
attack.
Use the blade. How is that done with a girl?
What do they do?
when it comes to a girl,
There's no hair on it. Ew.
when it comes to a girl though, where do the blades rate? Like,
Oh, as far as breast man, leg man, ass
orange
man,
has stripes.
some guys are
blade men.
Some guys are into the boobies. Then you got your ass men, and then maybe some nice abs, some nice legs, nice
I think
face.
blades.
Where's blades?
That's not really part of this.
No, it's part of the whole picture. You want a girl to have them. You don't want a bladeless girl.
No, she would look pretty.
That would look a little sick.
All slumped.
All like nose blades. You also don't want a girl so fat that
Your
you don't
forces are
notice her
under
blades.
attack.
I think blades are as important as elbows.
Elbows. You don't want a girl that doesn't have them.
You want to have the elbows, but you're not going to look and go, wow, nice elbows.
I like my car to have lug nuts.
Mineral fields
But it's
depleted.
something you don't go, I'm not
Nice
going to buy
lug
that
nut.
car because its lug nuts aren't very attractive.
No.
But you kind of want them.
She's trying to show off her body, and he's like, nice blades.
Blades.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He's trying so hard now, too, and failing miserably. He should have just shut up about it. Like, everyone's speculating, is he gay? And the more he talks, the more he's just burying himself.
This piece of garbage.
Well, the only girl he talked, dame he talked hot to was Helen Mirren.
Well, that's that whole mother thing.
Can we gossip about Helen Mirren for a second? I mean, this woman, she plays such prim and proper roles in her films, but I think there's a darker side to her. I think that there's a little bit of... Is there a dirty side to Helen? I mean, dare I say that?
A dirty side?
Yeah, I think that there may be a little bit of a dirty side to Helen.
You know,
Who's he talking to? A dirty side?
Fellow homosexual.
So he's wondering if there's a dirty side to the old broad.
Yeah.
Yet he's just talking about shoulder blades and...
Yeah. And finally, before we move on,
I think she's been a very attractive lady for some time, and I think she attracts a lot of men, and she certainly attracted me. It was a very odd feeling playing scenes opposite the Queen when you kind of going, she's sexy.
She's a bit naughty.
Yeah, she's got a wicked sense of humor, and she's really mischievous, you know, and
that's another word that guys don't really
Naughty.
use that much, is naughty.
Yeah, naughty.
Naughty.
Yeah.
Unless you're into maybe a little role-playing or something.
Yeah. Naughty.
Yes,
Just
naughty
a little naughty.
boy.
You dirty old suka. You filthy.
Who's been a naughty boy? Help me, brothers.
There you go.
That's our Oscar coverage.
Pretty much.
So screw.
The 2 hours I watched, I tried to stay up. They just showed Ellen DeGeneres on TV. I guess she was vacuuming.
Was that a bit?
In between
Yeah, it
awards.
was very clever.
That's
As if
great
the
stuff.
host would vacuum.
Why would the host have to? And was she making big, huge move their feet? Like,
Yes.
did you move?
Oh,
Was that the bit?
Oh, yeah. Of
'Cause
course
I didn't
that's
see
the
it.
bit.
But
Penelope moved that dress, and Penelope Cruz had just not won.
Yeah, I'm
And now
sure she
she's
wanted to be part of this.
Yeah, a bit.
Now you're just some person in my way as I vacuum the
Yes.
carpet.
Yeah.
All right, let's
That's it. Yeah, well, Ellen is used to munching it. She might as well vacuum it. Sorry, carpet joke.
she was very disappointing. I thought she would do a really good job.
Yeah,
I was very happy when they said Billy Crystal wasn't going to do it for the 80th time.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't think.
Well, I would have
Hello. What's up? So I'm gonna do a replay of this game I just played. It's a PVT. I'm playing Protoss, and my opponent is Terran. And going back to the beginning. So this guy's gonna go early battle cruiser. Just to show everything. So what I did here was I proxy Stargate, and he never scouts it. He's expecting, I guess, you know, Stalker, Zealot rush. Yeah, and he thinks he's just gonna, you know, warp a battlecruiser and IVAs and win. But yeah, so I'm way ahead now. Now he warps one in right here. Just about now. Yep, there it is. So I pull my probes. Get a couple stalkers. And then I start attacking. I send the voids in right away. Neutralize battlecruiser. Do a bunch of damage, avoid the bunker, just go into the main base. He doesn't have an engineering base, but doesn't have any turrets, so that's easy. Meanwhile, this thing has barely any hit points, warping a couple stalkers, take care of him, he's dead. I guess he did have an engineering bay. We built a couple. Yeah. And that's GG. Easy, easy Stargate rush. Try it out.